Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dozer Den. If you have not yet smashed the like button, go ahead and give it a good smashing. Thump that like button, caress the like button, lean in real close to that like button, whisper sweet nothings in its ear, and then pound away, guys. Pound away. Okay, just making sure. Darn. I am sorry, guys. Sounds like the audio was not playing for you guys. The Dozer Den, excuse me, intro song was not playing. I apologize. I don't know why it wasn't playing. It was playing for me. I heard it. I was jamming. I was having a good time. But anyways, guys, I'm back. Huzzah! Welcome. Welcome. Smash the like button, comment in the comment section, repost this stream here on Rumble and in all the places that you can. Guys, when you repost, it does help this channel grow. I really do appreciate you. I really appreciate those that have tuned in to the streams while I was on vacation. Guys, I had a damn good time at Myrtle Beach. But just a second. Just a second. I'm rusty. I'm rusty. What's up, Salty Zipper Tits over there on Rumble? Good to see you. But yes, don't forget to share this stream out with your loved ones, your friends, your family, your ex-girlfriends, boyfriends, Zers, and friends. I'm not judging. Just keep it consensual between adults and preferably behind closed doors, and we will not have a problem. If you could kindly smash the like button, repost this stream. When you repost, you do have to say something. You don't even have to be nice. You can be neutral. You can be a jerk. You could be, confrontational if you like. But when you repost on Rumble, you do have to say something. You can red pill and repost over there on pill.net. You can repost on the X Machine. You can like the stream on the dozerden.locals.com and on BitChute. We are live on BitChute. At least I think we are. Let me check on that. Let me check because sometimes BitChute doesn't go live. And that might be on me this time. It might be. Is Look at that. Look at that. Guys, doesn't cost anything to follow me on the dozerden.locals.com. But if you want to participate in that live chat, one of the most free speech live chats on the interwebs. Not going to lie. No genitalia, no direct threats of ending people. The only restrictions on speech there in the dozerden.locals.com. $5 a month, and you can participate in that live chat. You can comment on the things that I post there, and you can post things you find interesting in that community, and you get all the benefits of a Rumble subscription, which include your name being lit up in the most beautiful shade of MAGA red. That's right. You'll catch a Rumble rash. It oozes patriotism, and the only treatment is more America. That's right. That's right. More America. Not less, only more. Some say you shouldn't spread the rash. No. Get the rash and then spread the rash with the red present box underneath the live chat. Hit the red present box, spread it about so that others can be showered with your love. Or you could spray them with your love, whatever verb you want to use. I'm not going to judge you, okay? I'm not. We talk about stuff and things here in the Dozer Den. Stuff and things. But yes, we're on Rumble, we're on Pilled.net, we're on BitChute, we're on the dozerden.locals.com, we're on YouTube. And BitChute, did I forget one? I don't know. I'm on all the places, guys. I'm everywhere, honestly. What's up, dude, bro? Sif, good to see ya. Guess who's back? Back again. Dozer's back. Tell a friend by reposting the stream. But yes, I am back. I had way more views on some of those videos on the stream on vacation than I thought I would. The fireworks show from the pier was freaking awesome. If you haven't checked that out, it's definitely worth a watch. And then I went down to the beach and I danced like a fool because I tried through Mobile Studio with my phone. First time I've tried a screen share. That was fun. And it worked kind of for the first song. And I danced like a fool to the song on the beach. And then I was Venetian Dozer because the share screen made my video get all like stripey. I don't know. It was weird. But it's okay. It's okay. We were having a good time. I was having a good time. The chat was having a good time. Oh, by the way, guys, did you know that when you subscribe to this channel or when you're gifted a sub, you have access to a plethora of wondrous, stupendous, fantabulous emotes. Some animated, some not. Hopefully all kind of entertaining. That's the goal, guys. Another one of the goals here in the Dozer Den. Information, entertainment, infotainment, some might say. Guys, if you didn't know, I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we do about 3 to 4 news topics, palate cleansers sprinkled about. Because you got to break up the monotony from time to time. Saturday streams, hangout stream, a chill stream, a decompress stream for all of you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. We might have one or two official topics, but for the most part, we take music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only two options. If you're intersex, I ask that you please pick a fucking lane. There's only two. There's only two. Just pick one. There we go. I don't know if that's even shown up. I will see it over there if it does. Yeah, don't know if it's actually working. It worked. Good, good. Some of the stuff in studio is working. This is a good thing. This is a very good thing. Yeah, you clicked on the wrong one? It's all good. One of the emotes are locked. The one under bruh. Well, that's not good. Let me check on this really quick. One under bruh. But why? Oh, the Crash Bandicoot? Crash Bandicoot posted for me. I see it. I don't think I have anything locked. Sometimes though, because even though I'm not the even though I'm oh, good lord, I hope this is live. Let's do a refresh just to make sure. Okay, we are good. We're good. I don't know why oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, I just noticed how dark I am. Guys, if you didn't know, I've got a decent amount of melanin in me. And when you go down to the beach, well, you get dark. I definitely got a couple shades darker. There's the one dude bro posted, it wasn't locked when I posted it. Huh. I wonder which. Oh, Dude Brosif is not currently subscribed, but it does have premium. But if Dude Brosif was subscribed to the channel, Dude Brosif would have access to all those emotes. That's right. There's a ton of them. This one, yes, because he doesn't have the red rash. If somebody gifted a sub right now, hit that red present box. Dude Brosif would probably be the one to get it, or me. Whatever. Sometimes that happens. Thank you for the repost, Dude Brosif. I appreciate you, bud. That is something that helps this channel grow. Reposting the stream, sharing it out, guys, spreading the word, letting people know. And other, I'm a broke patient. I haven't been on chat in a bit. All good, man. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here in the Dozer Den. It's a good time. We usually get up to some fun shenanigans here in the Dozer Den. Guys, if you're lurking, I do love my lurkers. I do. But if you could say something in the chat, that would definitely help. We have metrics that we have to meet as part of the creator program. I typically have no problem meeting 75 chatters per month. We usually have a little over 100 or 90 or so, something like that. If I actually do my streaming like I'm supposed to, if I actually stick to my schedule, and have consistency, which I like to have. Consistency is good. I am a creature of habit. So when I'm off of my game, well, it's not good. It's not good. And that's how you get gifties. That's right. This is the most boring stream online. Can confirm. Nothing exciting happens in the Dozer Den. On Saturday streams, for every $20 worth of donations, I give you Quirk Pop ASMR. This Saturday, I ended up having a couple drinks just because we did the fireworks show. Then I went down to the beach, hunted some seashells, danced like a fool to a song in the sand, and just hung out. It was a good time. What's up, Hamburglar Helper Mod in the chat? Don't be a gay dozer. Hit the like and subscribe, or you shall become dust. To dust you shall return. But guys, we are going to have some things to talk about today. If you haven't checked out my shorts, we might check out a few shorts on stream tonight, because I posted quite a few. I hit my 20 shorts goal in like the first 2.5 days of the month. I went down to Myrtle Beach. Key distinction that I learned from the locals down there. North Myrtle Beach is where we were. Cherry Grove area, Prince Resort, right literally out our balcony on the 17th floor, we saw the pier. I went down to that pier and fished off that pier a couple times. One of the times, took Middle Dozer with me, and she caught her first saltwater fish. She is a saltwater fisherwoman. I had a proud papa moment. She freaking set the hook, reeled that thing in. It was exciting. She had a good time with it. I did too. Very, very good. Very good. I didn't work tonight. No beer for me. Nope. No beer. I worked today. We got back from, oh gosh. So, okay, let's go ahead. First topic, guys. We're going to recap some of the happenings from Myrtle Beach. Had a damn good time. Second topic of the evening. Where is Mitch McConnell? Where's Mitch McConnell? Where, oh, where can he be? Where can he be? He's probably dead. But he might not be. He might just be brain dead. And his wife, while he's in the hospital, she goes over to China. Her name's Elaine Chow. She's a Chi-Com. She's a freaking Chi-Com. We've been infiltrated by Chinese communists. And it's hilarious at this point. And honestly, it's just sad. You see people like Scott Jennings, and the line that has come out from the right about Mitch McConnell is exactly the same as what they did about freaking Biden. Oh, he's so sharp. I talked to him. He's so quick. He's quick and sharp, and he's talking about this, and he's talking. You look just like the Democrats. Stop it. Stop. Just stop letting fossils stay in office. How about that? Tired of it. Fucking tired of it. Fuck Mitch McConnell. Conway bars are better than Myrtle Beach. Maybe. Mitch McConnell is MIA. But apparently, the talking point has come out. It's all like the same. Oh, I talked to him for 20 minutes, and he talked about this, and he talked about that. Okay. Fuck Mitch McConnell, first of all. Second of all, it's ridiculous that we are letting this happen. If you were upset, if you thought it was ridiculous and disgusting what they were doing with Feinstein, whenever she was getting wheeled in a glass case to vote, barely moving, they had to practically poke her with a stick to get her to say, oh, I voted for this. No. Reported glitching. Mitch had CPR at his age. They broke multiple ribs. If he isn't dead, he will be. Yes. CPR at his age is not very nice. Even a middle-aged individual, if you get CPR, if they're doing compressions the way they have to, your chest cavity is getting compressed in, and you will have some cracked ribs sometimes, especially if you're older. If you're older, the ribs are going to crack. I have two brothers that are nurses. They know all about this stuff, and I've done CPR certification quite a few times. Yeah. Black Bulldozer is more aggressive. Where's my blanket to hide under? Oh, you say Black Bulldozer. Give me a second. Let me find this emote. Oh, where is it? Oh, shoot. Give me a sec. It's in my, it's over here. I'll find it. I have... Oh, did I take it away? Oh, I just have this one. Damn. There was, I did have at one point a black Killdozer that I could click on. And I didn't move that over to the channel. It's over there in my user profile chat. Damn it, I need to move it over. You can't really see it if you've got it in dark mode, which if you're a sane person, you have it in dark mode. Black Dozer's more aggressive. yeah, we was kangs and shit. CPR can be rough, yes. I'm dark as shit, guys. One of my coworkers today, she goes, it was towards the end of the afternoon, she goes, Bill, I think you've gotten darker as the day's gone on. And then my boss is just like, actually, fun fact, apparently after you get out of the sun, you will get a little bit darker. What's up, salty old fart over there on pill.net? Thanks for the red pill and the repost. Apparently, after you get some sun, your the melanin will continue to increase in your skin a couple days afterwards. Maybe it's radiation. I don't know. Maybe it's radiation. Maybe it's Maybelline. But yeah, I am dark as shit right now. I haven't been this dark since I worked at an orchard. Yes, my first job was at an orchard. $5.15 an hour, picking apples and peaches and corn, and no más taranos verdes. That means no more green peaches. Gabriel taught me that. But the last time I was this dark, I had a wispy mustache and barely any beard. With this skin, this shade of skin, and a wispy mustache, my college ID looked like Taco Bell, okay? And I'm not kidding you, I got a letter from the college that I went to my freshman year seeking for me to verify my citizenship. I am not joking. Literally. And you know what? I don't blame them. With an ID like that wispy mustache, the dark skin, the swollen face. I mean, I can't blame them. You getting dark too, dude, Broseph? Indeed. It is, there is a rumor that apparently my grandma, excuse me, not grandmother, difference. My grandma may have had a Latin lover at some point, and my mom happens to be shorter and browner than both of her siblings. I don't know. What's up to the people over there on YouTube? Good to see you. If we do have any young ears watching, well, I'm sorry. I get a little bit colorful with my language from time to time. I forgot, guys. Oh, so after the glitchy Mitch story, the mystery of the missing Mitch McConnell, look like a commie. I understand. What's up, Harry Toe? Good to see you. But after we talk about Mitch McConnell, we are going to talk about Epstein's millions moved mysteriously. Yes, there is a story. There's a story about some of the money getting moved around, like $20+ million in an account or a bank that wasn't even active until like right before he died. That's weird. Awfully sus. Awfully sus. So we're going to talk about that for the third topic. Fourth topic of the evening, guys. The Midwest is going to get pounded by some hard systems, guys. It's going to be an issue. Okay, it's going to be an issue. Um, the graphics definitely lead to some fun headlines, and I'm not the one that makes the decisions here. I'm not the one that decides how they make the graphics, but if you if you really want to know why it's a hard time and they're going to get pounded, because that's a penis. hmm hmm Right into Michigan. It's a glove. It's a mitt. Grasping. It can't even get all around. My gosh. Needs two. You need two Michigans. You need two Michigans to get all around that one, guys. Midwest is in for a pounding. All right, enough of that. Degenerates. How dare you? How dare you all? My God. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Yeah, that is. How's me with the hair on the head so thick it keeps my scalp translucent? Yes, there you go. It's Chinese cough. But yeah, that's the last topic that we're going to discuss tonight. And then, guys, I am going to hop on with Sean and Gina, I believe, for a little bit. If they're still going, they tend to go on into the wee hours of the morn. I have work tomorrow at 8:30. Well, 8. I need to be there at 8, but I'm going to be up late anyways. I'm a creature of the night. I go long into the night usually. So I think I'm going to hop on with Sean and Gina. I do believe they are having a bit of a celebration tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I have a lighter. You know what? I might have to find a candle or something. I have a party blower over here. I don't know if it still works. It had issues the last time I tried to use it. Let's see. It's back. It has been rehabbed. I forgot. I got a thing. I was supposed to bring it with me. There was a Walmart down in Myrtle Beach that had these noisemaker little duck things. They make a very loud honk noise. I'm gonna have to be careful with that. But it's somewhere in this house. I need to have one of the children bring it to me. Oh, by the way, guys, any stream that we do here in the Dozer Den, if we hit $50 worth of donations, I will put on a fancy hat. I have many hats to choose from. I brought the Patriot hat with me while I was on vacation, just in case. And it got a little bit bent up, but it's still pretty good. The feather is still active. And this is the Patriot hat, aka macaroni, because when you put a feather in your cap, you call it macaroni. That is what Yankee Doodle has said. So that is what we have to do. I'm gonna get this bend fixed here. I might have Lady Dozer work on this. But anyways, I have many hats to choose from. I have many Burger King crowns. I have a fishing hat with the American flag on it that I wore on stream. Nobody paid for it, but I wore it because I was fishing. And I had my daughter wearing the other one. So we were Twinkies. We matched. It was a good time. Guys, let's go ahead and get into the first topic. We're going to talk a little bit about the trip, the adventure, guys. I went on an adventure down to Myrtle Beach. So I'm in Southeast Missouri. South Carolina, North Myrtle Beach is where we went. You go over to Illinois. Then you go into Kentucky. Then you get into Tennessee. Tennessee is a long ass state. You go through Tennessee. Then you end up in North Carolina. And then you creep down into South Carolina, where Ladybug's Lindsey Graham is from. I didn't see him down there, but I sensed the Ladybug's presence chittering about once. I got a cold chill down my spine. There was a puckering involved because of the threat present when Ladybug's Lindsey Graham is around. And then it went away. I stayed still. As long as you stay still, the ladybugs can't see you. Okay? As long as you stay still, it's like a T-Rex. A gay, flaming homosexual T-Rex that goes, rawr. No. No. Also, if anybody's actually voting for Lindsey Graham in South Carolina, you're insane. Absolutely insane. That's one of those elections that I don't think is real. That's one of those ones where the establishment decides who they want, and they pick them, and they made them in. So, whatever. It is what it is. That one's fake and gay. Fag, for short. Oh, we're on YouTube. For however long we may be. By the way, we are at 121 followers or subscribers on YouTube. That's kind of cool. We got a few new ones. When I was on the pier, a couple kids, I guess, followed me. So you're learning new words, and I apologize to your parents. But I had a good time down there. The trip down, okay, so Lady Dozer and I, we decided we were going to split the trip up, right? I was going to drive half the way or most of the way. She'd drive some of the way. We got past the Buc-ee's in Crossville, Tennessee, and she got in the driver's seat. We barely get onto the road, and the car starts violently stuttering. And I'm like, she's like, that's not good. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not. What's that about? And so we end up having to pull over. It's stuttering hard. We thought maybe it was overheating. So my mother-in-law and her guy, they had to turn around, come back to us, go to the rest area that we pulled over at. We put a little bit more coolant in there. It was perfectly fine. Had enough coolant. That wasn't the problem. I did have to make the joke. I said, hun, after we kind of calmed down, got our wits about us, took a breath, I said, this is what I get for letting a woman drive, isn't it? She just gave me the most vicious side eye from the driver's seat. And so I got behind the wheel, and I started driving. And essentially, I had to treat it like a manual, slowly backing off the gas pedal, then pressing forward multiple times. We ended up in the Smoky Mountains. I had to drive another 4 hours like that. No cruise control. It's whatever. What's up, Sanglant? Good to see you. I'm driving through. We end up going through the Smoky Mountains, right? And ended up in Asheville, North Carolina. I had sobbed it. Yeah, I guess it was rough. It was stuttering. If I didn't press pass, because I'd feather foot off, and when you feather footed too much, then it would start stuttering, and you could feel the whole damn car shaking from the stutter. Ended up being a maybe. It ended up being a misfire on cylinder 5, which is a coil and a plug, right? Figured that's what it was going to be. But I still had to, we stopped at a hotel. We stopped halfway through, stopped at a hotel in Asheville, North Carolina. There's a La Quinta is where we stopped. Took it to the Advanced Auto Parts there in Asheville, had them run the code. It was P0305, misfire on cylinder 5. I was like, well, shoot. Okay. I didn't have really time to take it anywhere then, so we just drove. And I was going through the mountains that night before the hotel. Oh my goodness. Going through the Rockies, there was road work, a lot of road work, shrunken into 2 lanes with the divider between you, the cement divider. And I was white knuckling it because as you have a car in front of you, what's up, Don Darkstar? Good to see you. You missed your stick shift, yeah. As you are feather footing and going 35, 40 miles an hour, you're stuttering, right? It's that misfire's hitting. So you have to press past, and then you have to back off. Then you have to press past, then you have to back off. And I'm just like, please, for the love of God, do not let me get stuck. Do not let me be the guy that has broken down in this road work, in the mountain, at night, with a full moon, and a whole line of people behind me. Please don't let me be that guy. Please don't let us get stranded and get run over, right? Rockies or West Coast? I said Smokies, didn't I? I meant to say Smokies. Smoky Mountains? Yeah, I think it was I-40. I'm pretty sure. We went through tunnels, and if you're an Avatar The Last Airbender fan, you have to immediately, when you see the tunnels, go, secret tunnel! And I have a short to post of my boy because he really likes the Secret Tunnel song. We didn't sing all the lyrics because we don't remember all the lyrics, but we all know Secret Tunnel. It is a family of Avatar: The Last Airbender fans. So we sang Secret Tunnel when we hit the tunnels. 2 tunnels on the way east, only 1 tunnel on the way back. I was kind of disappointed about that, but yeah. Got down there. What is up, Harry Toe 2? Good to see that. $5 Rumble Rant. Turn to the chat. A lovely shade of yeller. Well, it may not be gold. I do love me some gold.
I love gold.
Let me know if you guys could hear that, because I am not 100% sure if the soundboard is working. Yeah, we made it though. Made it. Speaking of road work, I didn't run into this, but I'm kind of disappointed I didn't see a Sasquatch as well. A Sasquatch would have been a nice addition to this. Harry Toe 2 has shared a clip to contribute to the road rage, road troubles. The adversity, guys, the adversity while driving was something. Check this out.
Fuck yes, you big fucking beautiful bastards. Welcome to Fight Day in South Australia. We've got Blinky Bill versus Caramello Koala going on down here. 2 icons that both have squeaky clean reputations. Blinky is looking to end this fight fast. He has Caramello Koala pinned down, but Caramello says, no, you fucking don't, mate.
Just think of the chlamydia.
He claws and kicks, but gets his head slammed.
Look at the fluff.
He is looking to end
Look
this
at the
fight
fluff.
fast. He has Caramello Koala pinned down.
Vicious.
But Caramello says, no, you fucking don't, mate.
Vicious little STD-ridden fluff balls.
He claws and kicks, but gets his head slammed into the highway. Thankfully, koalas are already fucking brain damaged, so this isn't even a problem. Yeah, nah, he's good. Caramello breaks free now. He does some fancy footwork, and then they lock arms again.
Up chops on
They're like
Pilled.net.
a couple of outback sumo wrestlers, aren't they? Meanwhile, this bike in the background looks like a transformer. That's fucking
Thank
strange.
you for the red pill in the repost.
Anyhow, back to the fight. Oh, no, down to the dashboard.
Thanks, Salty.
That's okay. I can review dashboards. As we can see, it's fucking dusty. A hand has swiped at it, trying to clean it, when what it needs is a damp cloth. Oh, for fuck's sake. Back to the fight. They're falling asleep. They've fallen asleep. Oh, no. No, they're awake. They're awake. Yeah, no, they're asleep. They're totally narcoleptic, these little bastards. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, they're awake. They are awake. Caramello is trying to choke the shit out of Blinky. This is tense. I reckon the Northern Hemisphere can get fucked with its white, snowy Christmas. This is where it's at. Can Blinky get free, or will he have to tap out? Come on, Blinky. Fight, mate, fight. Come on. Oh, there he goes. He's kicking now. He manages to get free. He circles round, but the wanker is absolutely knackered.
Wanker.
And he goes down. He says, bugger this. I'm going home. I want to crack open a mid-strength beer. Oh, did you see that? That fake out? That was nimble as fuck. There's the dashboard again. Yep, there's a letter that needs posting. I think the camera person is fucking passing out from excitement, like I'm about to do.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Harry Toe. Yes, that was a great addition to the road stories. So I didn't see any of those while driving through the mountains, the Smoky Mountains. And they were beautiful under the full moon. They were also beautiful on the way back in the sunlight. I have a bunch of shorts to post. Don't know if I'm going to post them this month or next month, because I have a ton of content for shorts that I can post. I'll wait until next month to post, honestly. What is up, Chops? I get XP points for pretty much everything I do on Pilled. I need to download... How do I download that? Or how do I get access to XP? Pilled XP. I took a screenshot of it, but I've slept since then, guys. I did a lot of driving. We ended up had a great time down there. We went to Bass Pro Shop, went to Barefoot Landing, took the kids the next day. So Lady Dozer and I actually got a date day. It was lovely. We went to Bass Pro. We went to Twin Peaks. I didn't know what Twin Peaks was. Neither did Lady Dozer. We got in there and we saw, red flannel clad ladies with Twin Peaks. Yes, it is like the lumberjack version of Hooters. They had fluffy boots and biggins. It was good. It's very good. Yes, it was a good time. Technically, it is not anime, Sangland, but it's pretty much anime. Avatar: The Last Airbender. think those call those bigly to American critters such as raccoons and possums. Yes. Yeah, the raccoons are vicious. They can be. They can be cuddly, but also vicious. Yes, the hidden dungeon. We might have to look up the secret tunnel song later. That's an idea. That is an idea. But so we got down there, ended up making it. It was rough, but we made it. And then it's like the second day down there, I took it to a Firestone. Was able to get it fixed. I knew what they were. They actually acted like they weren't able to. They weren't able to get it to do the thing. So they were going to be like, "Hey, you're good to go. Honestly, man, we don't even have to charge anything. You're just not. There are no problems." And I was like, "If you would like, I can drive it with somebody in the passenger seat. I can make it do the thing." I drove for 8 hours with this stuttering like a son of a gun, making me very very anxious and stressed. Stage.pill.net is where I've been logging in at, and I don't know if they did it site wide for standard users yet. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna copy that. Oh shoot. Damn it. Let me see if that's a thing that I can even do right now. I'm not sure. We'll check. I'll paste it. I'll check it out. But I got down there. Beautiful, beautiful resort. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Okay, okay. Well, that's nice. It's coming up real clean. I will fiddle with that later, Chops. Thank you for letting me know that. So it was a slight vibration through the pedal. Oh no, no, no! It was stuttering. You could feel the jolt from the engine from the misfire. It was, and when I opened up the hood after Lady Dozer started having it happen to her, I saw the engine doing a like a it was moving. Like that's not good. Um, it was angry. It was angry. Damn, you gonna shoot those poor koalas? Yeah, it was bad. It was rough, and I had him. I was like, yeah, no, it's doing the thing, and he brought me the coil, and he's like, yeah, first of all, the spark plug, there was a gap. It was gapped, and there was a white mark on the coil from it arcing. So yeah, it was misfiring. I said I did ask him because I called a couple shops. One of the guys said, well, spark plug can range from $12 to $30, and I said, literally the sound I made was, yeah, nah. And I asked the guy at the Firestone, I said, now you're not going to try to charge me $30 for a spark. You're not going to try to put a $30 spark plug in there, are you? He goes, well, I was OE parts. I said, yeah, could you not? Could you not? He's like, well, it's not that uncommon. I said, I don't care. I know that you can get that for 10 or 12 bucks. And I know you can get the coil pack with, the coil and plugs for 120 bucks, like on Rock Auto. I know you can do these things. They're going to use the most expensive parts at the shop because they're contracted. I get it, but also, come on, man, don't try. And honestly, they didn't try to screw me too hard. They had the they had the hour and a half ish labor or ish whatever it was, plus the $120 for the computer. So a little over $120 labor, $120 for the computer. Then the parts, it was a little over $300 by the time we were done. So that sucked, but it was better. Open a second window. I did that for a few seconds. Yes, that's what I just did. But anyways, yeah, it it could have been way worse. We made it there, got it fixed, was able to drive around Myrtle Beach with Lady Dozer, went to Bass Pro, went to Barefoot Landing, saw some cool stuff, went on a cruise, voyagefishingcharter.com, I think is what it's called. Or Voyager fishingcharter.com. Give me a second here. Just want to make sure I get the right name for you guys. If you ever get down that way, $50 per adult. VoyagerFishingCharters.com/Myrtle Beach. Myrtle_beach. Deep sea fishing. We went 10 miles off the coast. It was about an hour drive out there, about an hour drive back. It was lovely. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I caught a few fish. Caught a lizard fish and 2 black sea bass, none of which were worth keeping. The lizard fish apparently was a trash fish, they said, and so that was, I guess, cut up for bait or something, or chum. And then the 2 black sea bass weren't big enough. They had to be like 12 or 13 inches, I think, to keep. So, yeah, yeah. Ever lose a little disc off a plug? I lost them at a full set. Just car was snoring, kind of. Damn. Any naked dude swimming? No, no naked dude swimming in the Bass Pro. Did see a freaking adorable little blowfish though. It was like a dog. It was just going up to the glass like, hi, I'm here. Hello, good to see you. It just looks so happy. Just derpy little thing floating around. I was like, oh look, it's the lady that they got to play for the Little Mermaid because its eyes were on its side of its head. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm not nice. She deserves all the hate. It's Halle Bailey? I think it's Halle Bailey. I gotta stop coughing. Dying. Oh no. Anyways, I'm gonna get into my shorts really quick, just to show you guys some of what we did down there. Like I said, went to Bass Pro. I've got way more shorts to post. I got over 20 and then I kind of chilled. By the way, if you're lurking in the chat, say hi. Smoke more weed? You know. It's technically legal here in Missouri. Federally, still kind of questionable from what I understand. So you got to be careful with that, guys. Got to be careful. Got to check into federal statutes and all that good stuff. Let me check on the shorts really quick. Excuse me. We don't want to see you change into shorts. Exactly. But yeah, going down, I got some cool shots of the beach or of the mountains. Had Lady Dozer hit the record button a couple times. It was really, really fun. Down there, that just the people were so chill, and I don't. I guess I'm personable because on the boat, none of my fish were keepers. But just talking to people on the boat, having just friendly conversations with them. One lady, she caught a black sea bass. It was like 14 inches there at the end. This thing was girthy. What's up, Wagner? Good to see you. Thanks for saying hi in the chat. Wagner 1096. But it was so I was just talking to her. It was a girthy sea bass, a black sea bass. And keep your pants on. I'll try. How do you know I have pants on? How dare you assume I have pants? Good God. But I was talking with her and she goes, she's like, what? We got a stringer. You can have ours. I was like, are you sure? She said, yeah, sure. And then she said they had numbers they were signed to each stringer, and they'll clean your fish on the dock, and then you can take your fresh seafood, your fresh saltwater fish, to what is up, Alaskan Ballistics, rating this episode of the Dozer Den. Guys, if you haven't followed Alaskan Ballistics, he is a gun guy up in Alaska. He fights moose with his bare hands, though. No guns needed. He's a beast of a man. Follow Alaskan Ballistics. Thank you so much for that raid. If you are new to this channel, hi, I'm Bill Dozer. I host this show, The Dozer Den, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, do about 3 to 4 news topics, palate cleansers sprinkled about. Saturday streams, it's a hangout stream, a chill stream, a decompress stream for all you amazing killdozers here in The Dozer Den. We might have 1 or 2 official topics, but for the most part, we take music video requests for The Dozer Den DJ Hour, where you can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only 2 options. If you are intersex, I ask that you please pick a fucking lane. There's only 2. Only 2. Just pick one. Okay? Okay. Thanks to John Teeter for making that graphic for me. It's pretty cool. But anyways, smash the follow button, smash the like button, repost this stream, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. What's up, Alaskan? Good to see you, bud. Hope you had a good stream, man. Saw you were talking about guns, talking about it's pretty. You said it's pretty easy to pull out, and I said no, it's never easy to pull out. Like you said, though, if you have a short barrel, But anyways, guys, girthy. Yes, it was a girthy sea bass. So I guess I'm just friendly, and people enjoy my banter. But I got free fish. I got 4 stringers, 15, 25, 27, and 20, I think, were the numbers. And so one of them was a sea robin. Uh, one of them was a black sea bass, and then there were pigfish, and they fillet them up there on the dang dock. You get a little, freezer bag, take it home, and then we went to. They were hyping up this restaurant called Crab Catchers in Little River, South Carolina, and we took the fillets. It was just enough, perfect amount of fish. Um, You've done a few streams. Nice. It was the perfect amount of fillets for Lady Dozer and I to have a decent sampling of just fresh out of the sea fish. Very well cooked. Great service at Crab Catchers, and they support local crab fishermen. And in talking with one of the hostesses afterwards, when she was able to calm down, she said that they work with that fishing crew, and they've done a lot of charity events and like feeding needy children and stuff like that. And she said they just do like charity drives and stuff like that, and just work together with the local people. They're a local business. They support local crab fishermen and stuff like that. And I was just like, absolutely, we've got to go there. It was $10.99 a person to have them just fry up your fish. You get hush puppies and red garlic mashed potatoes. Was so creamy. Oh my gosh, it was just divine. Very good. And Lady Dozer and I both had a strawberry daiquiri. Yes, it was very good. Very good indeed. Did I get any crabs with the old? Speaking of crabs, we're gonna check out some of the shorts that I got from down there in Myrtle Beach. This was a surprise crab, guys. I guess most crabs that you catch are surprises in Myrtle Beach. I'm gonna like my own short. Why not? You guys should check my shorts out. They're pretty cool. But you see this shell? I thought it was a really cool shell. I was like, hey, I got a complete one. It's not broken. This is great. Well, it turns out there was a freaking hermit crab in it, and I felt bad. But hey, look at this guy. Find the boy in the background.
Give him a poke.
I don't want to poke him.
Look at this little guy. That's a shell.
I'll just mute out the audio of this because he's being a whiny boy.
He's so cute.
Alaskan.
Emma, this hermit crab's alive. This little crab's alive.
Are we gonna release it?
Yeah, we're gonna release it. We'll go down today.
The one that Bill accidentally brought inside.
I did not know there was a crab in there when I grabbed the shell and put it in my pocket. I did not know, okay? I would not have done that. But I evicted him. He popped out of that shell shortly after this. And so I took him down, sent him down. Actually, I took him down with the shell. I thought maybe he'll come back in the shell. See you, Alaskan. Have a good one, man. I thought maybe it would get back in the shell, but I will say their bottoms. The hermit crabs have a weird, interesting little bottom half that just coils into the shell. And he was out of it. He was naked. I evicted this poor little crab. And did I take his home because he wouldn't go back in? Yes, I did. I evicted him and I stole his home. I am a horrible human. Originally from Maryland, so I'm biased about crabs. Nice, Wagner. Nice. Anyways, this little guy.
No. Yeah, the snail shell, yeah.
He was alive. He was moving around. He started climbing out of the shell. And so I took him back down to the ocean. And somebody, by the way, this is my view. This was my view. This was the last day. Last day at Myrtle Beach. Oh, man. That building, 17th floor, just exceptional. Exceptional views. I did not get out there. I did not get out there early enough to see the sunrise. What is up, Lord Blades, with the crab? Good to see you. But I did not get out early enough. Lady Dozer actually did take a time lapse of the sunrise because she got out there really early. I am not a. That is the mascot, exactly. But anyways, let me finish the story. I took the hermit crab, back down to the beach. Somebody had dug a little trench, kind of, to the little pool. They they took bulldozers down there, right? And like revamped the beach, kind of made some little dips and stuff like that. It was pretty nice. And there was like a little tide pool, I guess you could say. I guess that's what that's called. I don't know all the terminology of the ocean, guys. I don't know it all, but there was a tide pool, and they had kind of dug a little trench to the ocean, and so it was like a little river that when it would come up, it would stream back, pull things back out. And so I've got this poor little crab in my hand, and I'm like, please don't die. And so I just looked at it, I just kind of, as it was going out, I tossed him in, and it drug him back out into the ocean, and I hope he doesn't die. I hope the crab was able to find another shell, and I kept his home. I stole that. I evicted him. I stole it. This is the locals, guys. The locals called it Dirty Myrtle, and I don't really understand how you could get tired of this view. I am from Southeast Missouri, and they talked about the water quality and stuff. I'm like, have you never swam in a cow pond? Have you never seen a cow peeing in the pond while you're in the cow pond, the cow pasture pond? I grew up redneck. I'm sorry. I thought this was pretty awesome. Maybe I'm easy to please. I don't know. Look at this.
I wanna hold the hand inside you. I wanna take the breath that's true.
Like, I will never get tired of seeing the waves roll in. That's the pier that I fished off, Cherry Grove Pier. It was $26 a day to rent a pole with the setup, $7 a tub of shrimp, $3 a day just to walk on the pier. I didn't go all the way down to the end of the pier. I should have. There's like a gift shop or something down there. Next time I go down there, I will. But I did not. It was like a 14-hour drive for me. It was rough. We might fly next time. Yeah.
Your life is a shadow. You'll come apart and you'll go black. Some kind of night into your darkness.
We gotta zoom in on that, right? Can't not zoom in on that.
Close your eyes with what's not there.
Oh, I didn't think about it. YouTube's gonna copyright strike me for that, most likely. I made that on TikTok, which I will say, TikTok is very useful for stuff like that, adding sounds and stuff. Let me check on the TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok if you want. You don't have to, but let me see. Original sound, Quinn Music. Contains Fade Into You by Mazzy Star. That is the name of that song. So credit given. Yeah, Fade Into You, I guess by Mazzy Star. I think that's what it was. That's what the TikTok told me anyways. This was a plant that had a pretty yellow flower on it. It was growing out of the boardwalk, and I saw it, and I thought Lady Dozer would like a flower. So I picked that out of the boardwalk, broke off the vine, and then we put it in that glass of water, and it went from being puny and wilted to we propagated fruit. It's a ground cherry.
At the resort. Found this on the board, one of the boardwalks at the beach.
And yes, the boy was being a whiny butt.
It is. Yeah, you're cold. We're gonna turn the air conditioner down.
You should go fishing, Chops.
But yes,
It's good for you.
we found this on the boardwalk on the beach. It is a ground cherry. We have cultivated fruit while here.
Look at those little things.
Yes.
Look at those.
Apparently related to the tomatillo as well. It was quite wimpy whenever I picked it out of the boardwalk.
Oh, like
It is
my
much
own
better
stream
now.
or my own content.
It's
Why not?
healthier, stronger, faster. Yeah. Vacay.
Oh, this was at Twin Peaks. I saw this and had to be the weirdo in front of the bathrooms recording the doors because this was hilarious. Look at that. If you get confused,
Just in case anyone's getting confused, stand to beat. Fair. Sit to beat. Alright. Yeah, baby. Yes.
yes. And the cheese pull on these mozzarella bites. Oh. Oh. Look at it. Mm. So good. So good. There. But anyways, okay. Enough of my shorts. If you want to see more of them, you could go check them out. Really an R. Kelly bathroom. Exactly. Yes. Mm. Guys, if you haven't hit the repost button, hit the repost button. All right? It helps out. If you haven't followed the channel yet, smash the follow button. I'm going to check on the reposts and the comments really quick because I do like to shout you guys out during the stream when you do the things that help the channel grow. See, we got 12 likes. We got 19 people watching. If you don't have a Rumble account, take a minute, okay? It took Lady Dozer like 5-ish, probably like 3 to 4 to be honest, to make an account and let this channel, let it be your first follow, all right? Reflects positively upon me as I am in the creator program, and it's just a good idea. Honestly, it'll make you it'll make your dick bigger if you smash the follow button on this channel and make a Rumble account. These claims not evaluated by the FDA. Goes for the ladies too, by the way. No. Oh, it's not Pride Month anymore. Hamburger helper with the repost and Alaskan Ballistics. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate the follow of the channel, The Dozer Den. You can follow the user profile as well. We are currently over 1,500 followers total. 1,200 on the channel, 270 or 1,230 something on the channel, 279 on. Excuse me. 1230 something on the user profile, 279 on the channel. So yes, thank you guys so much for the support. You lost your peach. Oh no. See, guys, you can help Lore Blades get her peach back if you shower the chat with your love or spray the chat with your love by hitting the red present box, a measly $5 to help one of your fellow chatters. Okay? Help one of your fellow chatters get access to Slap That Peach. It's a good idea. Lord Blades, I don't want my big digger. Sartorius question: does this dress make me look fat? A answer: no, your fat makes you look fat. It's true. It's true. It's you can't lie. Honestly, you just can't. It's not nice. Don't lie to people. There's white lies, I guess, but. All right. But no, went down there, had a great time with the kids. The kids got in the waves with me. I got out in the waves. That's the farthest I've gone out in the ocean. And, I'm 35. I haven't been down to the ocean since I was like 5. Well, I was like 7 or 8. So it was about 28 years since I've been set foot in the ocean. And I hate big bodies of water freak me out. And thinking about a riptide dragging, my kid out was just anxiety inducing. Okay. But I went out probably like I don't know. It was a good while, like at least almost like a football field, maybe more. I probably went out 150 yards out there. I was out past the red sign on the pier that said something about fishing line or something. So it was fun I was being a chud and shoulder checking waves because why not? And then I was jumping over the waves, jumping with the waves. My 8-year-old was a lot more adventurous and came out there with me, and we were jumping. We're doing the 1, 2, 3 and jumping with the waves, and she got such a kick out of that. She was having such a good time finding the shells and stuff. One morning, I was out there till 4:30 in the morning hunting seashells and shark teeth, and I found some shark teeth. I did. Some of them questionable, might not be, but other ones definitely are fossilized shark teeth. On Myrtle Beach, you can find a few different species of shark teeth. Some bigger ones, like the triangles, some that are kind of pointy. I found one without the gum bed, or whatever it's called, but very, very dark black one, some gray ones. Really, really cool shells. Lady Dozer is going to, we got a 5-gallon bucket full of shells. Yeah, we did that. Lady Dozer is going to take some of the ones that actually, I think they're slugs, They're pretty kind of like tubular kind of shells, but like that, and they're like orangish colored. And she's going to make wind chimes out of them. So she's going to get crafty with them and make some cool wind chimes that we can put out front. So followed and liked, but I've never posted anything in my life, except talking to people in Rumble chat. That is all good, Don Darkstar. If you want to repost, there's a repost button underneath the title, and you just say hi if you want, or you can say hello to all the people that might. The cool thing about reposting on Rumble, everybody that follows you is going to see a repost, and it goes in the repost tab. The idea is we're going to welcome more killdozers into the dozer den. We may need to increase the size of the killdozer army. Currently, metaphorical. Probably going to stay that way. Yep. But yeah, groovy indeed. But yes, we are. I caught my first saltwater fish in like 28 years with a croaker at the end of this stream. I did a 3.5 hour stream, and at the very end of the stream, I got a croaker. I was so happy about that. After that, I streamed another time with Middle Dozer. We were out there for a while. She caught her first one. She got to pet a shark. I think I recorded that. Pretty sure I did. And that was pretty cool. This guy caught a baby shark, and immediately I thought, baby shark, do 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 do. And then we recorded the fireworks show from the 17th floor. It was the fireworks were at the end of the pier. We were like the perfect height for a fireworks show. If you haven't seen the fireworks show stream, it's worth watching. I think so. And I haven't actually watched for the sound quality issues Sanglant of when I started sharing my screen and playing, music videos, but I will check into that. I will. So, all right. It's an hour in, guys. That's enough recounting of my fun down at Myrtle Beach. Guys, where's Mitch McConnell? Where is Mitch McConnell, also known as Glitch McConnell, sometimes known as Bitch McConnell? He is the establishment fossil dinosaur that is currently in office for Kentucky. What an interesting comparison to others like Massey. Why would they have Mitch in there? Well, like I said before, some elections are just, they decide. We vaporized a watermelon with tannerite this afternoon in Music Kids Today. Hell yeah. Crip McConnell. That's right, dude, Broseph. We should be ashamed of ourselves as just people, as citizens, that we allow this to continue. Fossils that barely can move, that can barely speak, but they're voting for our legislation. How about this? No legislation without representation. How about that? There's no taxation without representation. How about no legislation without representation? We've got a class of people up at Capitol Hill that are kind of doing their own thing. He has handlers, guys. Handlers that are telling him what to do. It's disgusting. The weekend at Mitchie's. Nice. That brings, you know what? I gotta bring it up. This is the thumbnail. If you haven't seen the thumbnail for the show, this right here. It's weekend at Mitchie's. Right there. There it is. That's what it is. It's disgusting. We shouldn't allow it, but we do. He's hanging with ladybugs down in the morgue. Ew, nasty. Not okay. And today there was a podcast on Rumble with that title. That's funny. It's funny. What's also funny is people like Scott Jennings being like, oh yeah, I called him and I talked to him for 20 minutes. And another guy's like, yeah, I talked to him for 20 minutes. He's so sharp. He's so quick-witted. He's so on top of it. You sound just like the fucking Democrats did with Biden. And if anybody isn't able to acknowledge that, you're just not being honest with yourself. You're not. It's just the fucking same thing. It's two sides of the same coin with this bull crap, having freaking fossils that can't even move, that can barely speak, that are glitching out on a consistent basis, and we're supposed to be okay with that? We're supposed to just swallow that and say, thank you, may I have another? I'm sorry, but no. Fucking no. This is disturbing. It is horrendous that you have multiple people that you're supposed to trust, guys. People like Scott Jennings on CNN. Can't trust a fucking thing that man says anymore. says he talked to Mitch McConnell for 20 minutes. They talked about Iran, and they talked about Cuba, and they talked about this, and they talked about that. And he's so sharp, and he's so quick-witted. Fuck every single one of these motherfucker establishments, individuals that is doing this. Fuck every single one of them. I am so tired of this shit, and I'm so tired of the hypocrisy. You're going to act like you were concerned about Feinstein, and you were concerned about Biden, but Mitch McConnell, old glitchy, he can be up there and freaking drooling all over himself and having strokes on a regular basis. And that's okay. And you're going to act like he's actually with it and he's actually making decisions. Fuck that shit. And if you're the one that's doing it too, you're fucking retarded. Not sorry. Don't be a retard. Don't be a hypocrite. It's gay. I hate Mitch McConnell. I hate the establishment shitheads that keep perpetuating the cycle of bullshit that we find ourselves in. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. There was a rant. I actually remembered the rant button. Yay. It's been a while. It's been a while, guys. That was the Guru meter. That was the Guru meter. I'm tired of it. Okay? I want consistency. Consistency is important as a human being and as somebody with logic. Okay? That's right. That's right. Done. I'm done. That might have to be a clip. Mitch clip. We're going to call it a Mitch clip. Yeah. It just gets frustrating. I would like consistency. I would like people to actually not be he had conversations with several Republican leaders as he remains hospitalized. The spokespeople for the Desiree Townsend is a great follow on the X Machine. She has been covering the Mitch McConnell stuff for a while. Guys, we have actual footage of Mitch McConnell from the hospital, breaking actual footage of Mitch McConnell from the hospital. It's hard to believe, but it's true. There he is. There he is. What's up, Hair Juicer 3000? Did you see it? Did you see Mitch McConnell? Trip McConnell? Oh, man, you missed a rant, Hair Juicer. You missed a rant. Let's see. This dude's a fucking beast, by the way. This is like seeing him be a rugby player in a soccer game. Only thing that might make me watch a soccer game. I'm not gonna lie. And the Viking stuff's kind of cool, so that's awesome. But anyways, let me check here. Here's Scott Jennings making a fool of himself. I don't know if this is part of a humiliation ritual or what. Is that Jeffrey Toobin? Did they get Toobin back, or is that just the fat Toobin? Oh gosh, just a second. We have Scott Jennings saying things. Oh, look at him. He's got some scruff. You think you're cool with scruff now, Scotty boy? Huh? I digress.
Yeah, he called me this morning before I
Liar. No, he didn't. That man can't fucking move his fingers.
Did my radio show. We talked for about 17 minutes. He talked a lot about
17 minutes. Oh, you changed it, huh?
the situation with Iran.
No, he didn't.
Talked a little bit about Ukraine and what's going on in Europe.
Ukraine's is a country.
I told him I'd been to the Teddy Roosevelt Library. We talked a little bit about the history of the vice presidency and how Roosevelt had transformed that in the modern presidency. A little history of the Senate. It was a wide-ranging conversation. I talked to him often. I hadn't talked to him since he'd been in. I'd gotten a few text messages from him, but I hadn't spoken to him. So it was.
There's no way Mitch McConnell is texting anybody.
It was good to hear his voice. Voice sounded strong and sounded like he was keeping up with the news to me.
Did you ask him how he was feeling?
Yeah, he said he was feeling.
Is that Fat Toobin? That's not actually Jeffrey Toobin, is it? But they got a guy that looked just like him, but fatter.
Feeling okay, obviously well.
As a fat, I can say this.
Enough to call me on the phone, and obviously well enough to talk to Barrasso and Thune. Now, look, I'm not qualified to discuss any medical issues or give you any information about that. That's really for him or his staff to do. But I talked to him.
He usually is pretty good, Scott Jennings. There's been some times where he's absolutely covered for the party, whatever. But this one's ridiculous.
Him from time to time, and I see him from time to time. And we had a conversation today about the things that we normally talk about, which are news of the day, political stuff.
Did you come away feeling like he's still capable of serving the people of Kentucky as senator?
I came away feeling that he was staying on top of the news. Again, I look, his condition and why he's in the hospital or when he might come out, or look, that's.
Do you know why, and are just saying it's not at liberty to share?
I do not know why. I only know, frankly, what has been reported or what his office has said. So
this sounds like Obama. I found out about Fast and Furious. Watching the news. Don't get all way beat up now.
It was a personal, private call, but I didn't probe him too deeply.
Oh, you didn't probe him too deeply, but you did probe him
for his medical records.
I'm sorry, but that's bad. That was rough, guys. That was rough. Now, I like Scott Jennings, but this is towing the party line stuff. It's what it is, but it's I'm absolutely gonna look at anything that he says now with an air of mistrust and or not mistrust necessarily, but skepticism, increased skepticism. He has some pretty good sound bites, not gonna lie. I don't know what this clip is. Just left Walter Reed, and needless to say, Mitch McConnell is recovering fine. Hasn't Scott lost a bit of weight last few years? Yeah, he has. I think so. Maybe it's the scruff. Here's Mitch McConnell. Why is the tube right there? What is this? Why is this on the internet? I need an adult. What the fuck is happening? Is it like a Darth Vader setup? What is going on? Oh no! That's Mitch McConnell. Yep. We've got a lot of footage of Mitch McConnell. Let me see. Oh, guys, what is up over there on Pilled? Let's see. So guys, just when you think you're gonna get the Save America Act passed, all right, just when you think, here comes good old Mitch to block things. AI is getting too good. This is far too good. Beautifully done, AI. Thank you, robot. Thank you. Guys, we are $45 away from Fancy Hat Goal, by the way. Any stream we do here in the Dozer Den, if we hit $50 worth of donations, I put on a fancy hat. We're at 5 so far. Huzzah. There's another one. Clear footage of Mitch McConnell. Apparently the Hill posted what might be a look back at his career, his time in the Senate. Yeah, if that's real, note, do not use to be determined. They're ready for it. they're so ready. He's oh no. When they start posting it, it is they're writing the headlines already, guys. They're writing the headlines already. I'm ready for it to be done. Do we have a oh gosh, yes, we have a an article from the Daily Mail on Mitch McConnell. Let's check it out. Voice is a little bit sore, guys. You go from saltwater air, it's a little bit drier, and you come up to southeast Missouri, very humid. I will say, it felt so much nicer down there. So much nicer down there. 85 degrees down there is so comfortable. 85 degrees here with the humidity, it feels like 100 degrees down there. It's just swampy Missouri. It's like a rainforest. I had a pleasant time down there. The ride back, we got a flat. Hit a freaking pothole in Nashville, Tennessee. That's why I didn't stream last night. Sorry, guys. I was planning on streaming, but a 5-hour drive turned into like a 12-hour drive because we had a 5-hour delay plus stops. Went to Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's has delicious, delicious chicken tenders, by the way. It's all the hype. We went into Hendersonville on the donut. That was fun. But by the way, really quick, thank you to all the subscribers on Rumble, on the dozerden.locals.com, and on pill.net. You guys are freaking awesome. I don't deserve continued support like that, but I do appreciate you. What is this here? These edibles ain't shit. 45 minutes later. Oh, well, that's a good sticker. That's a good sticker, Chops. Relevant. You're welcome for the nightmares, Don. Let's get into this article here. Major health update on Mitch McConnell, 84, as brain dead, quote-unquote, rumor grips D.C. Mitch McConnell is reportedly alert and talking about issues from Iran to the political scandal gripping a main Senate candidate, despite a wild rumor that he is brain dead after being admitted to a hospital 3 weeks ago. Why is his wife in Chinese communist lands? Why? Why did Elaine Chao go to China while her husband is in the hospital? Is it perhaps that she's a Chinese spy? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that. Scott Jennings, the GOP political strategist, on Tuesday posted on X, I spoke to my old friend Mitch McConnell this morning, the senior senator from Kentucky. He's still recovering in the hospital. We talked for just shy of 20 minutes about Iran, Ukraine, and the unfolding situation in Maine, my visit to the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library, and even a little bit of Senate history. I told him we want to see him back to work as soon as possible. No, I disagree. No, go away. But they're going to try to keep him out so they can't do get a seat for him or fill the seat. They're going to try to prolong this as long as possible so they can't fill his seat. Senate Majority Leader John Thune has also had a lengthy and substantive phone call with McConnell on topics including national security on Monday, Notice reported. The 84-year-old was admitted to the hospital, damn Brits, on the morning of June 14th, following a medical emergency at his Washington, D.C. home. Paramedics responded to a report of an unconscious person believed to have suffered a cardiac arrest, with a medic reporting CPR in progress at the address. Yeah, he's not going to be feeling very good for a while. The senator was not named on the call, and his office has never confirmed what sent him to the hospital, saying only that he is receiving excellent care. The speculation surrounding McConnell has intensified in recent days because his aides have refused to release new information regarding his condition or whether he will return to work as the GOP fights to maintain its razor-thin majority. Trump conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer claimed that an unnamed White House source told her that Mitch McConnell is in a vegetative state or brain dead. Kind of like the leader of Iran right now, huh? And is not coming back to work. I hope she's right. I mean, I don't wish for him to be brain dead, even though he's a horrible human being. But I do not want him to continue to influence our legislative processes. DC outlet The Hill even accidentally published an obituary-style look back at the senator's political career, which was swiftly deleted. No, but the internet is forever. Independent journalist Desiree Townsend claimed she had confirmed Loomer's allegations. I have heard the same from my sources for days, she wrote. At this point, I am at the hospital for when they eventually decide to cut him off of life support and move his body. As online chatter continued to grow about the senator's health condition, MAGA activists like Breitbart editor Matthew Boyle wrote on X, McConnell staff should produce proof of the senator's condition one way or another right now. The populist right-wing influencer Cat Turd Gay demanded his aides post a video of the Kentucky senator from his hospital bed to prove he's alive. Why won't they do it? Oh, well. Senator McConnell appreciates the outpouring of support he's receiving while he continues his recovery in the hospital. Does anybody support Mitch McConnell? Does anybody actually like that man? Like, genuinely, I'm curious. Does anybody like Mitch McConnell? I can't think of anybody that actually does. Maybe I'm just off. I don't know. I think he's a horrible human / lizard person. The senator continues to improve and is working closely with his staff on Kentucky and Senate matters while the Senate is out of session. McConnell's eldest daughter, Porter 48, has deleted her X account amid the swirling speculation over her father's death. She's an outspoken critic of her father's conservative politics and a longtime progressive advocate. It remains unclear exactly when or why she deactivated the account, and there's no confirmation the move is connected to McConnell's hospitalization. If he were to leave office or prove unable to resume his duties by August 3rd, Democratic Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear would be required to call a special election to fill the seat. McConnell has already stated that he does not plan to run for re-election in the upcoming midterm elections. His absence amid these health struggles places the GOP's narrow Senate majority in a delicate balance. Last month, the Democrats were briefly able to pass a resolution limiting Trump's war powers in Iran, while McConnell was unable to attend the vote. Other Republican senators have mostly refused to comment on McConnell's health condition and directed concerns to his office. Utah Senator Mike Lee said on Tuesday that lawmakers are being kept in the dark. Many of us aren't speaking about Mitch McConnell's condition because we know nothing about his condition. Sure, Jan. I usually do like Mike Lee, but that is silliness. Absolute silliness. Ground level support for McConnell stopped years ago when the last Civil War soldiers died. Nice. Why did it go to Discord? Oh, that's when the next one that popped up. Guys, you could follow Discord as well. It is free to follow in the Discord. Free to follow on the local dozerden.locals.com as well. If you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and smash it for me. If you haven't reposted the stream, hit the repost button. I reposted the stream. You can too. Huzzah. It does help the channel grow. Helps people see it, guys. That's the idea anyways. We do need plenty of watch hours this month. I usually don't have a problem getting what we need, but if you haven't said something in the chat, if you are just lurking, I do love my lurkers, but we do need as much participation in the live chat as possible to make sure we hit all our metrics to stay in the Rumble Creator Program. I've been in the Creator Program for 16 months at this point. My gosh, let's make it 2 years, guys. Let's make it 2 years. That's the goal. I see we got 3 people watching over there on the YouTubes. 38 people watching total. We got people on X. We got people on the dozerden.locals.com. We got people on Pilled. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you guys being here. May the Lord deal out any punishment that is deserved and bless up with a righteous man to take his place. Yes, I agree, Sanglant. I agree. But yeah, it's quite saddening to see such hypocrisy about Mitch McConnell. I would really like... I don't know. He's dialed in, says Thune. Same freaking verbiage they used with Biden, guys. I can't not. If you're not acknowledging it, you either forgot or you're lying. It's the same freaking messaging. Same messaging they did with Biden.
Senator McConnell, we're told he was hospitalized. Have you heard any word on him?
I have. I spoke to him yesterday, and he was in good spirits. I mean, he was very dialed in, paying attention to what's going on, and indicated that
I sense deception. Looking down, moving around, dancing around the topic. This is a lie.
he'll be back soon.
A lie.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Senator McConnell.
Guys, did you know that if you want to get around payment processors, there are ways to donate directly to the Dozerden household? We have Venmo, we have Cash App, we have PayPal. I have QR codes for these things. Look at that. There's PayPal. Bam. There's Venmo. Bam. And then we've got a Cash App as well. Bam. 3 QR codes that you can use to donate directly to the Dozerden household. Nobody ever has to donate monetarily to the Dozerden, but if you want to, if you can, it does help out. Not going to lie. Every couple weeks or so, helps cover an electric bill here or there. Something like that, or at least close to it. Thank you guys for your support. It's a good time. All the cool kids are doing it. Just saying. All right, we'll get rid of those real quick. Excuse me. Sorry about having to clear my throat so much. Right at the start of the stream, something hit me, guys. Something hit me, and I had to start coughing. Let's talk about some beach stuff. Let's talk about some beach stuff here. I think I don't know if this is a bad... So this guy's acting like this is bad. I don't know if this is a bad thing or not. But it's kind of cool to watch.
All right. Here we go. Little finger drag. All right.
Drizzy Drate. Got me tabbed. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for saying hi in the chat. Appreciate you, bub.
There we go.
Does anybody with like coastal knowledge know if this is a good thing or if this is a bad thing? I feel like this is kind of cool, but also I don't know if this is damaging that freshwater little spot there.
Oh dear, this is going to be a good one. Here it goes.
What's up, 2 Wild Irish Rose? On Pilled.
Straight out from the bridge.
Super satisfying.
One shot, and it's going. The trickle is trickling right to the ocean, and we prevented it from going over here, and we pulled it across and straightened it out so it doesn't take a longer time to drain, and so it also prevents further meandering, stagnant water, mosquitoes.
So it's environmentally helpful. This guy's doing a good thing.
Bacteria levels, but this thing's going pretty quick now. It's starting to go quicker. This is good.
And then you can surf it.
It's June 30th, 2026, 7:16 p.m. and we redirected the creek from flowing over to the north. We got it more south from the bridge, and it is draining out pretty good. The tide is actually rising, so it's going to be not super gnarly, but it's definitely dropping, and it's going to cycle this water out. And yeah, it's a good thing. This is what a high tide creek break looks like. The tide's rising, pretty flat. It's not that crazy, but it's definitely draining out. And you can see the waves coming up into the creek. It was going to break over there where that little lump is, but we dug it out over here, so now it's straightened it out. And it's draining out pretty good.
Cool stuff. I'm thinking you probably wouldn't want to get in that. That would pull you under. Wouldn't be good. You know what was really cool? When in the ocean, seeing the waves in front of you, when you saw a school of fish in the waves. That was pretty cool. There was a bunch. There's a bunch. Guys, those little fish snatched the bait right off your hook. Not nice. Not nice of them at all. So that was a little stream running into the ocean. Apparently, guys, Connecticut had some pretty rough wind this last Saturday. 80-mile-an-hour plus winds swept through a backyard 4th of July celebration, downing multiple trees in seconds. Not what you want to have happen on your 4th of July.
All right, here we go. Little finger drag.
Just a second. Silence. Nobody asked you. We're done talking to you. There we go. Yeah, get inside.
Get in! Get in! Get in! Down. Three down. Close it. There goes your own. Hey.
Laid him down.
Get in! Get in! Get in! Down. Three down. Close it. There goes your own.
Yeah, that's horrifying. This crazy freaking burst. Crazy burst. You don't want to see that. You really don't. But it happens, apparently. It's that time of year where you get some crazy stuff, guys. That time of year. Guys, I would recommend that if you're looking for a new residence, a new home, if there's an HOA involved, for the love of God, don't even think about going with an HOA. It is a bad idea almost every time. This HOA in San Diego County, California, they refused. So San Diego County residents refused to take down their American flags after the HOA demanded they do so, threatening $100 fines. Yeah, give me to pay that. Try. Nope, flag isn't coming down. Nope, one resident said some residents have now retained an attorney to defend themselves against the Ambiance Owners Association. We do it in support of those who have fought and died for our country, including my grandfather, who died in World War II, said Chris Cook. Patriots. Well, also, you guys need to take care of your HOA board.
Let them bully me with fines to take down the symbol of America.
No, flag isn't coming down. No, everybody had flags up, the whole community. But now the last 2 years, it's slowly, one after another, everyone's flags have come down.
They revisit this again. If the policy stands, then I will be fined every month that my flag is up.
If you're offended about the American flag, get the fuck out. If you are offended at seeing the American flag, get the fuck out. You're a traitor. And you should be treated as such, in my opinion. If it offends you that much, and you're trying to stomp on somebody else's freedom to fly that flag, you aren't American, and you should go off. Thing is, I wonder what the demographics are of this HOA board.
Flag represents freedom and sacrifice and blood that was shed for this country.
Cook says she's a direct descendant of revolutionaries. She wears a Daughters of the American Revolution tattoo. Her husband's father received a Purple Heart and Navy Cross for his sacrifice in World War II.
This is important, and people need to understand that they need to stand up for our country because there's too much at stake.
Residents say this debate with the HOA began 2 years ago. In part of an email explaining the policy in October of 2024, a board member identifies flying an American flag as essentially a political affiliative view.
I think that they don't like looking at my American flag.
The HOA board office was closed when NBC.
Really quick, thank you to Baked Linguini for the repost, Drizzy Drate for the repost as well. You guys freaking rock. That is awesome support. And all right, I think we are good there.
C7 called, the phone service did not include a voicemail option. In a more recent email to Cook, dated May 8th, 2026, the Ambiance Owners Association wrote, "These restrictions are not meant as an inconvenience or an invasion of freedom, but rather
They are.
as a means of maintaining harmony, continuity, and property value." Dave is doubling down. He's had a flag in the front of his home for 35 years. Instead of taking it down, he added a second in his backyard to this palm tree.
They're trying to tell me that the only way we could have one is not in the front or the side of the common property, but I can in my backyard.
Like Cook, Collins was urged to attend Tuesday's board meeting to make his case for displaying the American flag or face a $100 fine.
For 35 years, that flag has been on that corner.
I should not have to argue about my freedoms to display the symbol of freedom in America.
No matter the outcome of the board meeting showdown, Cook says you'll see her flag waving over this 4th of July holiday.
Oh man. Yeah, no, HOA's not a good thing. If you can stay away from an HOA, stay away from them. Let's go ahead and get into another thing here. Let me see. I had some stuff I wanted to share. I think we're gonna have a bit of a comedy thing here. It's Tony Hinchcliffe and Joe Rogan reminiscing about the time that they had on Kill Tony, Shane Gillis as Trump and the other guy, I forgot his name, as Biden. Both very, very good impressionists.
And so I hit up Adam via text. I'm like, "Do you have a Biden?" He's like, "I cover it for 5 seconds in my stand-up." I'm like, "Are you free on Monday to fly to Austin and do Biden if I can get Shane as Trump?" And I remember telling Shane, I'm like, "This is going to be an interesting ask. But I'm just like, hey, Adam's got a Biden. And Shane's like, I have something to do on Monday. I'm canceling it. I'm doing Trump. He immediately saw the brilliance. It was just such a hot topic at the time. And my God, it was fucking crazy. There's clips that I see of that episode, and I never rewatch Kill Tonys or anything. I'll see clips sometimes, and I literally go, oh my God, holy fucking shit. There's one part where Trump goes, how many more retards are you going to bring out here? Because there have been like 2 handicapped people on the show. All right, how many more retards do you have come? As I'm pulling a name out of the bucket in real time, I go, anything can happen, Mr. President. Let's see what the next guy's like. And he comes out and he has like these weird deformed penguin arms.
Oh, God.
And you see Shane as Trump, and the crowd's dying because they see him first. And you see Shane as Trump look and go, fuck. It's just one of his facial reactions to things are like his greatest secret fucking hilarious weapon. And when he's Trump, it's even amplified. It's like, in my opinion, 10 or 20% funnier than even Shane is. I mean, I'm sure he'd admit to this and know it, because Trump is just such an interesting, polarizing character, and his take on him is so fucking funny. It's psychotic.
His impression's so good. It's the greatest Trump impression of all time, because it's like the
God.
jokes are so good. It's like,
By far.
he's so good. What's funny,
I
Jim?
found the part.
It's so epic.
Back it up a little bit.
Watch another fun appearance
This
by
is-
Drew Nickens.
This is the best.
All right.
Tony, how many more retarded guys do you have back?
Anything can happen.
This crowd is hungry for more retarded guys. And frankly, I don't think we've seen enough retarded guys. How about a retarded race?
God, he does such a good Trump.
Would you like to see that?
This next person could be one. I pulled it out of the bucket. It is the Kill Tony debut, I do believe, of Jacob Barr, everybody. Jacob Barr.
Yeah, no.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Well.
Oh, my God. Okay,
what you wait for.
Okay, hold on. We're going to reset this, Jacob.
What's funny is Adam knows better than anybody that you're not supposed to say anything after the bucket bowl comes up. So me grabbing the mic out of his hand and putting it down is even another layer of hilarious to all of us. It's like Biden's misbehaving. I don't know. Did you see Shane's face when he notices his hands?
Right now. He didn't even look
This is
over again.
it.
He's like,
Look. And then
He's our Jackie Gleason.
oh yeah, without a doubt.
That's what it is.
Plus, man.
He's the great one.
He's
of our
something else.
generation.
What people don't realize, I mean, obviously, is that he is that funny all the fucking time.
All the time. When we're hanging out in the green room.
Every bar, every restaurant, every green room, every stairway, fucking anywhere, everything. I always compare it to Mike Tyson in his prime. He just hits harder and different, doing the smallest little things, even if it's a face, if somebody says something and he just like reacts to it. It's crazy.
It's good. It's good. Did you guys see that there was a freaking tornado in China? Wow. I don't know. I assumed they didn't get tornadoes. I don't know why I thought that China wouldn't get tornadoes. Apparently they do.
龙卷风啊！我靠！赶快关窗子！我靠！
Not what you want to see. No. Oh shoot, guys, I didn't get a shot from the beach. I was in the pool. I got a picture of one of the choppers. But for the 4th of July, they did some flyovers over the beach. And guys, the choppers, you don't hear them until they're like already right there. And what was crazy is the DJ, I think he served. He said, hey, I told him, I said, man, those choppers came out of nowhere, because he wanted me to send him a picture. He wanted to take a picture of my phone of the picture that I took of the chopper coming up over. He said, yeah, the insurgents, they never see him coming. He said, by the time they hear it, it's too late. Like, damn, hardcore parkour. What's up, Gulfstream 650 over there on pill.net? Thanks for the red pill and the repost, I assume. Tornadoes can form anywhere in the world at any time of the year. It's just that American mobile home parks are their favorite feeding grounds. They go numb on the yes, but this was pretty cool. These choppers, dude, it was awesome. The way they just go and then straight up. And if YouTube strikes me for this, don't be gay. Come on now. Watch. And then, boom. Right up over it. Over that pier. Right over people's heads. So freaking cool, guys. It was so cool. Yeah, and then they had jets fly over. Then they had some. I actually do have to post these shorts. I've been lazy. We got back at 11:30 last night. It was a long trip. I was tired. Let's see. Keeping with the theme of the ocean. Oh, wait. We got another shot from one of the choppers. That you might see the resort I was at. I don't know, because they flew by us. Nah, they're in more residential, I think, right there. Nuts. Freaking awesome. It was so cool. So cool. Oh, well, there's that. That UFO story was kind of mad, to be honest. But wait. We have more America. We have more America to share before we get into the next topic, which we are going to get into the next topic at some point. I just needed to share this goodness with you guys. This is if you don't have a friend that's done this before or something similar, well, are you even really celebrating America? Look at the pure joy on his face. Mm-hmm. That right there, that is an endorphin hit like no other. Mm-hmm. Yes, I support this. Let's go ahead and get into the next topic, guys. It looks like Epstein may have been moving millions before he died, or before he got arrested, rather. What's that about? Not 100% sure, but we're going to read a little bit here. We are going to read a little bit. Thomas Massey actually posted this, which I will say, at a certain point, Massey's got names that he said he's going to read. Probably needs to go ahead and read those names if the Department of Justice isn't doing their thing. I'm honestly, that's one thing that I will say, Massey, you better put up or shut up on that one. I'm not a sycophant, even though I like a lot of what Massey stands for and what he says. If if you don't do what you said you were going to do, I'm going to go ahead and critique you for it. Epstein. Oh, by the way, this is from the Miami Herald. Shirso Dasgupta. That sounds like a very, very, very English name. Was the author. Epstein moved millions through mysterious Virgin Islands bank right before his arrest. This was updated July 7th, 2026. That's today. In the months leading up to Jeffrey Epstein's arrest on federal sex trafficking charges on July 6, 2019, a small U.S. Virgin Islands bank he owned that had employed no one and lain dormant for years suddenly came alive. If he waits till he's out, he has the excuse of not reading them because he could get sued. If he waits till he's out, he has the excuse of not reading them because he could get sued. Yeah, I know. It's you can speak him on the floor. He has said a few names. It's not just he's mentioned a few people. So Massey needs to put up or shut up line Cruz and Rand Paul. Needs to put up out. Put up or shut up yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a sycophant. So like a lot of what he stands for, but that one right there does kind of make me go, a flurry of transactions totaling more than $20 million passed through the bank named Southern Country International, SCI, from April to early June that year, according to a Miami Herald investigation based on the recently released documents by the U.S. Justice Department. And months after the disgraced financier was found dead in a Manhattan detention facility on August 10th, an additional $25 million was moved through Southern Country, with roughly a quarter of that amount coming from unspecified sources. Why aren't we digging into this? Why isn't this DOJ digging into this? That's one of the things that people like Mike Benz has been saying. Follow the money with Epstein. Follow the money and you'll get some answers. Put up or shut up like Cruz and Rand Paul. Yeah. It seems like Rand Paul has found is towing the line quite well now, which there's a go along to get along aspect of Washington, I suppose. Definitely not as good as his dad. I'll say that. Not as good as the OG. Still pretty solid, but Southern Country ended 2019 with less than $500,000, leading Virgin Islands prosecutors, who later sued Epstein's estate, to question in court where nearly $13 million the bank held in mid-December 2019 went in 2 weeks, according to the New York Times. U.S. federal and local Virgin Islands investigators had also jointly opened a wire fraud probe in 2020 into the mysterious transfer of $15 million to Southern Country from an Epstein account at Deutsche Bank in New York the day after the convicted sex offender died. We already know where the money goes, and they don't want to get Clintoned. Yeah. There's that. Oh, there is some news about Seth Rich that came out recently. I might have to cover that on Thursday because I did have a bookmarked article. I forgot that was in there. I was thinking about covering that today. I could talk about Taylor Swift's wedding that they used the National Guard and a shit ton of cops for at Madison Square Garden. I'm sorry. If I was a member of the Guard, I would have refused that assignment. But hey, you got to get paid. So, or I guess that's how it works. You maybe take an extra assignment, you get a little extra bonus. I don't know. I don't agree with using the National Guard for a fucking cunt. Ooh, Taylor Swift getting married. Yeah, I don't care. Why is it? You couldn't get the Guard out to help with riots, but you can get the Guard out for a fucking celebrity's wedding? Kathy Hochul? Oh my. No. Not okay. That isn't an option. I mean, one could make the case that that's not constitutional appropriate use of the National Guard, right? I don't know. I would need to look at the specifics. I would have to contact an attorney before I guess I would decide not to go. But I sure as hell wouldn't be trying very hard if I did go. I'd be sitting around. I don't know. There's a reason I didn't serve. I mean, I'm a bit of a stubborn asshole. So it's do the job or wash out with jail time if you haven't been in long enough. I mean, some of them, I think it depends. Like natural disasters, yeah, you got to go out for it. But I could easily see someone making a case. Taylor Swift is Jewish. Are you sure? Foolish Endeavor. Good to see you in Foolish Endeavor. Glad you're in the chat. Thank you for saying hi. Is she really? I don't think she is she? Let's look it up. Is Taylor Swift Jewish? Would it be searchable? Is Taylor Jewish? No, she's not. But then again, this is just what the internet says. Nobody talks about the fact that Taylor Swift is Jewish. Here's why it matters. Medium. I don't know. Did you see there's a drop of just blood in my family? In fact, most of the relatives are anti-Semitic. She said most of her relatives are anti-Semitic. It depends on the bloodline, I guess. If it's on the mother's side, certain amount back, then yeah. But I don't know. Sending them overseas, yeah. But if it's on the mom's side, maybe. Apparently, I've got a little Jewish ancestry on my dad's side. Don't know how much. My uncle told us that once. Oh well, L'chaim, I suppose. Sending them overseas to fight is much worse. True. A Taylor Swift assignment's much better. But, oh, look, someone that Trump could have done something about before Hochul ever hit the scene. Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's get back to this. We got distracted. Let's talk about another Jew. Not all. But some. So U.S. Federal and local islands investigators had also jointly opened a wire fraud probe in 2020. We read that already. But the investigation was closed 4 years later. A Federal Bureau of Investigation memo says the memo does not state any findings or the reason for the closure. The Herald sent detailed questions to the U.S. Department of Justice or U.S. Justice Department, but did not receive any response. The Virgin Islands Prosecutor's Office also did not answer the Herald's questions. The Herald's reporting provides the first full accounting of how Epstein used his obscure financial institution in the Caribbean, likely the first of its kind in the U.S. territory. A bank in the Caribbean. In 2012, the Virgin Islands, where Epstein had established many of his businesses, was moving to allow the creation of international banking entities. The specialized banks typically offer favorable tax incentives, but are not allowed to have customers in the territories in which they are established. The idea behind these financial institutions, effectively offshore banks on U.S. soil, is that they encourage foreign investment and generate revenue and employment. But federal authorities have recently warned that they generally do not have the rigorous background checks or of traditional banks and are high-risk institutions that threaten the integrity of the American financial system. Just a month after John de Jong, the governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands, signed the law in September 2012, Epstein's longtime tax attorney, Erica Kellerhals, wrote Epstein a memo about the advantages of having an offshore bank. Huh. How are Jews and blacks similar? It's not all. Oh, damn it. Okay. She noted that the island's banking and insurance office did not yet have the manpower to finalize the rules that would govern the application process, but that the agency's then head, John McConnel, had promised to proceed with their application if they got all their paperwork in order. We anticipate having a leadership role in the formation of the application and the drafting of the regulations. Kellerhals wrote to Epstein in the October 23rd, 2012 memo. Epstein's bank would be the first existing IBE, international banking entity in the United States Virgin Islands, an executive summary read. Kellerhals did not respond to the Herald's request for comment. And guys, I have to put up the wall. Lady Dozer is coming to bed. She is sleepy. Just a moment. Be right back. Right, that gives her a little bit of privacy. And got the air conditioner back on. Hopefully that's not too loud in the background. I do have the echo cancellation and noise suppression feature on, so hopefully we don't hear stuff in the background. Epstein applied for a banking license in March 2013. He called it Financial Strategy Group Ltd. Roughly a year later, in January 2014, Epstein was scheduled to meet with McDonald in St. Thomas. Another meeting was scheduled in October that year. The agendas for the meetings are unclear from the emails. McDonald granted Epstein a banking license on December 19th, 2014, a month after the island's government finalized the regulations governing offshore banks on its territory. McDonald also used his discretionary power to waive the requirement that U.S. VI's international banking entities employ at least 3 people. The Herald was unable to find current contact details from it. The fact that this was allowed to continue, he's absolutely was a freaking asset from intelligence. This guy was absolutely an asset, and they used this bank, this sketchy banking setup, for that. That Epstein, a registered sex offender, was able to obtain his license at all is unusual. No shit. Traditional bank operators and owners in the United States are subject to rigorous background checks and fall under the oversight of the U.S. Treasury Department and typically the Federal Reserve System. But this was not the first time Epstein, who employed Cecil DeJong, the governor's wife, as the office manager for several of his businesses, had received preferential treatment by the government of the Virgin Islands. While defending itself in court against the Virgin Islands accusation that J.P. Morgan had enabled Epstein, the bank alleged that Governor DeJong had approved a tax break for Epstein's similarly named firm Southern Trust Company that helped Epstein generate around $300 million in profit over 6 years. Weird. The bank also alleged that Epstein, in 2011, had sent Cecil DeJong proposed legislation to ease travel restrictions for sex offenders under the territorial laws. Cecil DeJong, the records show, later apologized to Epstein because the law had passed without his suggested amendments. Danny Ceballos, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that, John DeJong's attorney, told the Herald that DeJong had not extended any personal favor to Epstein and had not had any conversations with McDonald about Southern Country International, SCI. Governor DeJong had no role in the operations of the Southern Country International, Cavillo said, no involvement in the banking license application or any subsequent review of its operations. DeJong declined to discuss his wife's relationship and employment with Epstein. The Herald sent questions to attorneys of Cecil DeJong, but did not receive any response. The island's banking and financial regulations agency, which issued the license, has oversight over the territory's offshore banks, also did not respond. The bank comes alive. It's alive. Why exactly Epstein created an offshore bank is unclear. To launder money and fucking use funds to buy children, that's why. Why else did he do it? Besides paying for occasional operating expenses, Southern Country International remained dormant for years, businesses and accounting records show. The bank held a little less than $500,000 in its checking account at First Bank in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And by December 2017 had yet to hire a single employee. Well, that's not sketchy at all. But in 2019, it suddenly came alive with a dizzying series of transactions worth tens of millions of dollars. Epstein wired $2.6 million in 3 installments in April of that year to Southern Country. $20 million went missing. Yeah, I know, right? In June, he deposited $17.7 million after cashing out an investment portfolio. Those funds were then debited to Southern Trust Company and then the similarly named firm he owned. Why he did not send the funds directly to Southern Trust after selling his investment is unclear. On July 31st, less than 2 weeks before he was found dead, Epstein's Southern Country Bank wired $2 million to a third firm he owned and paid $1.6 million to Richard Kahn, Epstein's longtime accountant. The transactions continued after Epstein's death, because that's perfectly normal, right? After somebody dies, the transactions just keep happening. In November 20, apparently he still had a gaming account that was still active too after he died. Quote unquote, died at this point. I don't know. In November 2019, around $9.3 million, $4.6 million from a trust controlled by his longtime business counsel, Darren Indike, and the rest from unknown sources was deposited to Southern Country. And 2 days before Christmas, Southern Country received $15.5 million. What a nice Christmas present from Epstein's estate and sent back $2.6 million. Kahn and Indike, who together manage his estate, told the Virgin Islands court that it was for a loan Southern Country had issued to Epstein to pay for his legal defense. Local prosecutors did not find any loan agreement. That same day, December 23rd, 2019, Epstein's Southern Country Bank also paid out a $24 million check to a Southern Trust Company. Southern Country's ending balance, according to legal documents at the end of the year, returned to its initial value of less than $500,000. Well, fascinating, right, guys? Let's see, this was to Jeffrey Epstein from Erica Kellerhall's. We'll just read the highlighted part. However, he advised that if we submit an application that contains all the information required by the Act, he would proceed with processing the application. We anticipate having a leadership role in the formation of the application and drafting regulations, so we will continually update you on progress on that front. Some of the transactions may have been improper. No, really? Just some of them? Huh. Under the territorial law, Southern Country was only allowed to do business with people or companies that were not from the Virgin Islands, but the similarly named Southern Trust Company was incorporated in and operated out of the islands. Oh, wow. Indike did not answer the Herald's questions about the transactions. The Herald could not find current contact information for accountant Khan. Southern Country's activities raised eyebrows among compliance officers. Oh, the crate. Okay. I got you. No, you're fine. I gotta find my spot now. Where'd we go? Indike did not answer the Herald's questions about the transactions. The Herald could not find current contact information for accountant Khan. Southern Country's activities raised eyebrows among compliance officers at traditional banks where it maintained checking and brokerage accounts, but only after Epstein's death. A majority of the affected accounts were opened in 2019, and the subsequent funding of those accounts appears to have been conducted in a willfully deceitful manner, intending to disguise the sources of funds as originating with Jeffrey Epstein. TD Bank noted in a report that the U.S. Treasury Department, after conducting a review a month after Epstein's death. That report, known as a Suspicious Activity Report, SAR, and another filed by the bank, Charles Schwab, were initially released by the U.S. Justice Department as part of the Epstein files, but have since been completely redacted. Well, shite. So they were released, and then they were redacted. Again, why hasn't the Department of Justice released all the stuff with Epstein yet? There was a law, an Epstein Files Transparency Act, that they were supposed to do that. Let's see them do it. That'd be cool. Let's get all this sketchy financial stuff out the way. Let's get it figured out. Let's follow the money. That'd be kind of cool. The U.S. Justice Department did not respond when the Herald asked why the reports had been redacted. The Virgin Islands settled its lawsuit with Epstein's estate in 2022 for $105 million. Gosh darn, that's a lot. So there's that. Just some information for you. Guys, that's part of the purpose of this show. Information, entertainment, infotainment, some might say. It's just unsettling. What is up, the Quiet Part Pod? Thank you for rating this episode of the Dozer Den. Appreciate the heck out of that. Guys, rating is super cool. I try to rate out every stream that I do. We end up doing usually about 16 or so streams a month. What is up, Mr. Scott Awesome? Good to see ya. Guys, if you are new to the channel, hi, I'm Bill Dozer. I call this channel, the show, the Dozer Den. Usually, stream about 4 times a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. Central. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we do about 3 to 4 news topics, palate cleansers sprinkled about. Saturday streams, it's a hangout stream, a chill stream, a decompressed stream for all you amazing killdozers here in the Dozer Den. We do 1 or 2 official topics, usually kind of woo-woo stuff, some tinfoil hat stuff. We have a foil hat off to the side, by the way. If we hit $50 worth of donations, I'll put the hat on my head. But after those topics are out of the way on Saturdays, we take music video requests for the Dozer Den DJ Hour. You can rock out with your cock out, jam out with your clam out. Those are the only 2 options. If you're intersex, I ask that you please pick a fucking lane. There's only 2, guys. Just pick one. Bam! There's the graphic. It's delightful. It's gonna get bigger. Whoa. Look at that. Taking up most of the screen. Huzzah. Huzzah indeed. Guys, smash that follow button. Repost the stream if you haven't. Smash the like button as well. It's a good idea. Guys, follow the Quiet Part Podcast if you have not done so. Thank you so much for that raid. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. What is up, Mod Queen? Cass in the chat. Good to see you. We've been talking about some stuff and things tonight. Stuff and things. Enunciation, very, very important on the interwebs. Guys, commenting is caring. Commenting in the comment section. And if you're lurking, I do love my lurkers. But if you could kindly say hi in the chat, smash one of the emotes. Guys, we have subscriber-only emotes, but we also have a whole lot of emotes for those that are not subscribed or haven't been gifted subs. Did you know that you can't hit the red present box? You could shower the chat with your love or spray the chat with your love. Whatever verb you want to use. I'm not going to judge you, okay? I'm not. You guys want to see some of my shorts? Always good to see you as well, Cass. What's up, Mr. Hippie? Thank you so much for saying hi in the chat. So at one point on Barefoot Landing down in South Carolina, by the way, just back from vacation, had a blast. It was awesome. Thank you, Quiet Part Pod, for saying hi in the chat. So at one point I was had to go to the bathroom, and she texted me. She goes, "Find me at my store." And so I get out of the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm looking for like maybe something with her name on it or something. And immediately I see this, and her favorite color is purple. And I knew. I'm like, yep, that's the story. Find me at my store. He loves purple. Like, yeah, easy to find. Heck yeah. I know things about my life. Purpleologist. Oh, guys, they have tiki tours. You can get a little boat that takes you down the river. This was off of the dock that I was at Crab Catchers. Great restaurant down in Little River, South Carolina. They'll cook up your fish for you. If you caught fish out there, they will cook it up. It's $10.99 a plate, much cheaper than everything else on their menu. We did spend money on the daiquiris, though. $12 per strawberry daiquiri. Was it worth it? They were pretty stout. It was good. People, how do these people get yeeted off of these little tiki, huts? Or how many people get drunk and fall off? My gosh. You guys should check my shorts out, by the way. I put a lot on there from the trip. I'm going to be putting more on there. I don't know how much I'm going to save for next month, though, because I've got like 30 or 40 that I can probably use. And so I could just be making, shorts content. Or I could stop being lazy and actually make shorts from my streams. That'd be a good idea. Liking my own thing. Tiki Ferry Tours. Oh, it was awesome, Cass. Tiki Fun Tours? Tiki Fun Tours. Guys, if you do repost, I will be shouting you out for the reposts and the comments. Pretty cool. Another shot of the sunrise. Guys, I went out multiple days in the morning, got out on the balcony, 17th floor of the Prince Resort there at Cherry Grove, South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. And I just did some really good stretches. The warmth of the sun, the fresh, like the salty ocean air. And it was great. Smash that like, hit follow, share, comment, and repost. Best free way to support. Yes, indeed. Bam. Thanks, Gas. Very few got good and drunk on a fishing boat. The drinks are too expensive. Yeah. This, I think, was about 10 a.m. Look at that glorious sight. What area were we? Cherry Grove. Literally, I was looking out over Cherry Grove Pier. It was awesome. Ma'am. And they just like revamped, rejuvenated the it's a special appearance by my finger. I think I mistitled that because I don't think my finger was in this video. So good. If you have a chance to go down there, do it. Which is South Carolina. South Carolina. Where Ladybug? Oh wait, there we go. Ladybug's Lindsay Gravis. There's my finger. There's the pier. I fished off that for a little while. Oh damn! If they smell alcohol on you, they kick you off. Huh. Oh, while we were waiting, and so Lady Dozer got so salty at me. She got so salty because we had to get put on a list to be seated when we got to Crab Catchers. I called ahead and asked if we had to make reservations. They said they don't do that, but it's first come, first serve. We got out there around like 7:45, 8, something like that. It was like 7:35, 7:38, I think, when we started waiting in line. And it only took 15, 20 minutes to get seated. I've honestly waited longer at the Olive Garden in Southeast Missouri to get seated. But we were only a party of 2, so it took a lot less time for us to actually get a seat. And while we were doing so, I decided to be a little silly and record crabs and give them voices. Also, does anybody know why the crabs are so twitchy? Why they're doing the little dance? I don't know. What does it mean? Are they having little epileptic fits? Are they worshiping the crab gods? Into the hole. Crab in the hole.
Right?
Yes. She was asking about the fish that we had. We brought a cooler bag with fresh fish. Did they fix Myrtle up, or is it still a go-to place for animals trying to grab a kid? I didn't see any animals trying to grab children. Saw a couple crackheads. No. It was actually really nice where we were at. North Myrtle Beach apparently is different than Myrtle Beach. You think it's a defense? Maybe. There's a dark
big crab. There's so many crabs.
They're all going in one direction now. Oop. Come back out. So. Flexing that big claw. Like the longer you looked at that little swampy area, the more crabs you found. Back out. See, there's another one. Crab. Guess shutting the pavilion down worked. Guess so. I've heard they said South Myrtle was pretty rough. This was a green heron, I think. And I pestered it with noises. This was outside Barefoot Landing, right across the boardwalk. What's up, US Abby girl? Good to see you.
Be very quiet. I'm hunting for mullet. Pretty little bird.
Guys, attention. That's close to the sound an eagle makes. This was on the boat ride out. Or back. We were riding back, I think. No, we were riding out. And those reels, so they had a bunch of squid and stuff. The bait was free to a point. You could buy shrimp. Shrimp did a lot better than the squid did. Those reels aren't casting reels. You literally just drop you put your thumb on it on the spool, and you just let it drop. And then once it hits the thing, you feel a little thump. You reel up. And I caught a few out there. $50 a person. I thought that was pretty damn good. I felt so bad for my buddy though. Like my mother-in-law's fella, he got so fucking seasick, and I noticed as we were, stopping periodically that way less people were on pools because they were seasick. Oh, so it's a defense mechanism that strike crabs do. Mechanism they do when they seem to dance. Huh. So it's like they're just like they're waiting. They're getting ready. They're bobbing and weaving. Yeah, this was some cool stuff. I enjoyed it. Yep, that was riding back in. I think I posted this captain was hilarious, guys. He freaking cracked me up.
Hope everybody's having a pleasant afternoon here so far. As we idle up no wake zones to the Spring Bridge and beyond, we are going to cover a short safety brief, go over some rules about the vessel, and then we will talk a little bit about it. So if I can get your undivided attention there for a few short minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. First and foremost, this is a U.S. Coast Guard inspector.
Oh, damn, you used to live and work in Myrtle Beach. I live 90 minutes away from there now, but I still go often and stay with a bestie that lives in Myrtle's in it. That is awesome. I think there was an inlet down from Cherry Grove, I think, that we saw. And one of the guys was talking about when the tide comes in and, like, you got a boogie off that.
That's what that means periodically through the year. Coast Guard.
I loved it down there. And, like the locals, like, kind of talked stuff on it. They're like, oh, why'd you vacation down here? And I was like, I thought it was great. I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Coast Guard boards this vessel. They go through front to back, top to bottom.
It's got to warm up.
Right? They go through any and all safety, mechanical, hydraulic, and electrical systems. They check to make sure everything is in top-notch working order to ensure our safety. In 19 years and as business, I've used a few band-aids, but I have not used any of this major safety gear before, and I do not intend to do so today. However, should an emergency arise, I ask you remain calm, listen to explicit instructions from myself and the crew, and we will get you guys back to dry land safely. Bags and coolers need to be inside the cabin. Bags and coolers are not permitted topside. They're not permitted out on deck. They must be inside of the cabin. And make sure you strap the vessel. That is where garbage goes. We appreciate that. Should you start to feel nauseous, queasy, little beads of sweat forming on your forehead, your mouth starts to water, you are going to eject the contents of your stomach, i.e. vomit. Refrain from doing so inside of the bathrooms. There's 88 souls plus crew on board, and nobody wants to smell that. Simply step to the rail with the wind in your back and let it sail. Okay, key phrase, wind in your back. This way you are not vomiting all over yourself and others around you. We appreciate your cooperation on that matter. We have a galley on board that's located at the front of the cabin. Chips, cookies, crackers, we got muffins.
I did end up getting some muffins. I had a muffin and a Diet Pepsi and then a bottle of water. So I'm sitting there munching on food, and there's a bunch of people getting seasick, and I'm just like, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat. But all right. Let's see here. See if I had anything else. Oh, Gun Drummer, guys. Gun Drummer had some amazing America. Did I try the trolling trip? Like where you keep rolling, you put your the lines out, and then you actually keep moving on the water. No, we didn't do a trolling trip, but we stopped in 3 different spots. And I mean, I was getting bites, but I just wasn't getting. I was using the rod that I had was too heavy in action, a heavy action, I believe. If I'd have gone to one of the lighter action rods, I think I would actually been able to feel it and actually hook. But more fun, but less fishing. We stopped at 3 different spots, fished for like an hour or 45 minutes at each spot, and kind of drove around a little bit. Guys, I'm going to share some America with you. I'm going to share some more America with you. Somebody did catch a little shark out there. It was a little shark, but it was a shark. This one dude was up from Connecticut, and he showed me big sharks. He caught some black tips, or no, makos. Had a couple of mounts from their jaws. Freaking amazing. The only thing with trolling is the fish you catch aren't great eating. Check this out. First time I've watched it all the way through, Cass. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Young Washington's pretty good, according to Chris Pratt. I don't know what that was. All right. Let's see. No, that's actually the first time I've watched that, so I thought that was pretty cool. Wanted to share it with you guys. All right. Let's look here. Let's go ahead and get into the next topic. Guys, the Midwest. It's in for a hard time, guys. In for a hard time. It's about to get pounded. About to get pounded, guys. And, the graphics that go along with this story are quite apt. Appropriate, and they yes. It's a phallic object. Michigan's getting screwed. Literally. Thank you, weather people. It's a hard rain that's going to fall in the Midwest. A torrential storm could pound 8 states. Yeah, thank you, New York Post, for this. Hard times coming for Midwest as massive storm could pound the heartland. By David DeTuris. Thank you, David. I appreciate your puns, sir. Very good. According to the National Weather Service, but it's gone viral for an unexpected reason. What do you mean unexpected? You knew what you were doing. You knew Michigan's going to get shafted. Honestly, from the looks of it, you need 2 Michigans to get all around the shaft. Builders, have you ever time to listen to such things again? These are cannons I was wanting to steal for the anthem. Nice. Let's see. You did mention stealing cannons. Oh, good God. We might watch it later. Who knows? For audio files. Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture. We might check that out later. Who knows? Let's go ahead and read about the weather, though. It's a weather update, guys. A weather update indeed. The phallic forecast predicts a cluster of thunderstorms, hail, and heavy winds could come through the upper Midwest before finishing in the Central Great Plains. This guy's going to get fired. Yeah. The weather system is expected to start in Minnesota and pass through Wisconsin. Some say it might double dip. The precipitation will swell in southern Minnesota and Iowa, potentially blowing wind and covering the region in hail, according to the forecast. I love it. Thank you, David. Is it Deturis? I think it's David Deturis. Oh my God. My goodness. This is my type of story, guys. My type of story. What's up, Potar Jr.? Clusters of strong thunderstorms with the potential to produce severe hail and wind may evolve across parts of the upper Midwest into Central Great Plains Wednesday through Wednesday night, the National Weather Service said. In the low levels, a front should stretch from near Lake Superior into central northeast from Nebraska? Is that any Nebraska? Where it will stall. I think it is Nebraska, right? Farther west, the size of the warning area increases in size as it enters the high plains. Yes. The good news is the risk of severe weather remains small and could shrink later in the week. Oh my gosh. When it goes soft, look out, St. Louis. Oh no. Hard times indeed. The Great Lakes are cold. There will be shrinkage once it hits there. There was a short little fun thing at the end. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see what else we got here. Let us see. Oh, I am not keeping an eye on Pilled. Yeah, I was. Saw Chops over there. Thanks for the support wherever you may be, however you may be choosing to support the channel, whether it be monetarily, sharing, commenting, reposting. I'm going to check out the repost really quick. We have 25 likes, 1 thumbs down. Oh, so sad. Sanglant with a comment, Cass with a comment, Cass with a repost, Bakelinguini with that repost, Drizzy Drake with the repost as well. And who else reposted? Alaskan Ballistics started following the channel. If you haven't followed the channel, smash the follow button. Hamburglar Helper with a repost earlier. Dude Broster with a repost. And I reposted, because why not? I don't know how to pronounce... I don't know how to read this name. It's the Sarge... Gimme? No. Sarge GI Mechanic Scale Model. Oh, so that's Sarge. That is a very long name. Very long name. Interesting. Interesting. Guys, I have some stuff. So, let's see. I have some funnies. I also have some interesting stuff. This one here. Speaking of ocean-like stuff, there's apparently Neil the Seal in Australia. There's a whole this I showed Lady Dozer and she's, oh yeah, I know about him. So apparently this is on the TikToks, and I thought this was pretty funny. Neil the Seal, he knows his name. Okay, he knows his name. Anyone hear from Sully? I have not heard from Sully in a minute. I need to reach out and message him. I should have reached out when I was down there. Shoot, I feel like a jerk now.
Ew. What are you doing, buddy?
That is a huge seal.
What are you doing, Neil? Very smart seal.
Yeah, he's smashed through this fence and he's back in his favorite spot.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, Neil.
I'm just a baby.
Now, Neil, don't get angry with it, Neil. You've already broke it.
Giant potato.
Neil will go to the beach when Neil wants to go to the fucking beach. What's wrong with these guys?
That's me on the toilet.
Everywhere but the ocean.
Big Lump's got a cruiser
a Land Cruiser in his way.
Mm-hmm. Neil the Seal, guys. Neil the Seal. So I saw this interesting clip. Well, first of all, zombie squirrels, my God. We might have to talk about that in a minute. I don't know. That might be a topic for tomorrow night. Let's watch this for a minute. This is a 13-minute clip from Danny Jones, which I kind of go back and forth on him. He's interesting, or has some interesting people on. But this is ex-Freemason Sean Stone says some alien entities may be something much darker. Explains why certain occult rituals may have opened doors no one fully understands. At one point in this, he says something that I definitely... Chop says, getting mad lapse issues. Guess it's time to sign off. Oh, darn. Hate that. Technical issues are part of the... they're part of it, I guess. Thanks for being here, Chops. Appreciate you, bud. Rest well, sir. This is... there's one point that I'm going to have to stop and correct this man. It's not just about being a good person. It's not. What is up, Slidey Pie? Good to see you. Thanks for popping into the chat. Guys, don't forget you can repost, you can comment, you can like, you can do all those good things. We are $45 away from Fancy Hat Goal, if anybody would like to know.
I mean, that's one of the
this is one of the theories
about a lot of the alien stuff, right? Is that like they're okay? So one of the theories about it is that some of these beings, these aliens that have been showing up, are demons that have been like portals that have been opened by people like Aleister Crowley. So like it wasn't Crowley, it was his acolytes. Hubbard from the Scientologists. Hubbard and Parsons, right? So Hubbard goes on as founder.
I forgot about the connection between Crowley and Hubbard.
Scientologists. Before he founds the Scientologists, he's working with Parsons, and Parsons is like, and I think he was writing Crowley about Hubbard. He was like enamored by Hubbard. He's like, this guy's like so thelemic. He's so willful, you know.
Thelemic. That's a new word.
And Parsons had head up the OTO here, right? In Pasadena, not here, in Pasadena, in LA. And Parsons was a rocket scientist. The JPL.
Yeah.
Some people say JPL is actually not Jet Propulsion Lab. It's Jack Parsons Lives, right? So, brilliant.
Thelemic. The philosophy and religious movement established by British occultist Aleister Crowley in the early 1900s. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Meaning will. Revolves around the core tenet, do it thou wilt. That is Satanism. And this guy, I think, is influenced by some forces. That's just what I'm thinking. There you go. Thanks, Singland. We're posting Sully's link. Sully's good people. He's the only guest I've had on the show. My little brother wants to come on. I should do that. And then at some point, we're going to watch Donnie Darko, and I'm going to get Third Rail Politics John Tidor on for that. We're going to watch that together. So I think we could have some good conversations about what happens in that movie.
Guy ends up dying in a weird freak way that makes you wonder what really happened. You know, he blew himself up or something, which...
Also, L. Ron Hubbard stole his wife, I think.
He did. He stole his girlfriend, I think. He became his wife. Yeah. But before that,
Mr. Steel Girl.
Babylon working.
Babylon working.
Yeah, Babylon working. It's called.
What does that mean?
They were trying to like bring on, what was it? The Scarlet Woman, I think. I think they were trying to invoke the Scarlet Woman from like Book of Revelation kind of stuff. Right? Bring on the Scarlet Woman. And that becomes the girlfriend of Parsons she shows up in their life after this. Some Marjorie, is it Marjorie Cameron or something? I can't remember. Anyway, it's an interesting story. But the point was that, Enochian magic, which when the one time I read some Enochian magic, I got a phone call from a demon saying, "Are you a sorcerer?" So Marjorie Cameron shows up and
gets a phone call from a demon asking, "Are you a sorcerer?" I think this guy might have dabbled in some things he probably shouldn't have. Really off topic, how many of you have eaten a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Apparently, Brits don't have them. Crazy. Damn. The Brits don't have a lot of good things. Those poor Or individuals.
So anyway, this is crazy. This is wild stuff, man. I'm telling you, you start messing with this, things happen. It opens portals. But some people think because the ritual was in 46, that it opened the door to the UFO sightings starting in 47, right before Roswell. It was like the first major wave. And then Roswell is right around July 4th,
really?
47. And so some people thought that this was actually like they were doing these workings and opening portals to these beings to come through. Anyway, there are definitely people in the military intel world that would believe this stuff, and that's why. Look, if you know it's there, you do find your faith. So that's why I don't.
Is S. Darko the sequel? I know Donnie Darko was amazing. I think there was another one after that, wasn't there? I might have watched it. If I did, it wasn't impactful, apparently.
Scoff at people like Teal finding Christianity if it's genuine, because when you know this stuff is real, you do look for faith. You do basically look to solidify your faith in your creator, because that's the only power you've got against these things.
Yeah.
And if they look at the potential for AI as demonic, or the portals being opened by, let's say, those windows, these dark mirrors, because that's what these are. These are dark mirrors. Every phone, every screen is a dark mirror. In the old days, what did witches and conjurers work with? Dark mirrors. That's how they would invoke the spirits, in a dark mirror. Black mirror. They call them black mirrors.
Right.
But that's what we're surrounded by now, black mirrors.
So
what portals left and right, maybe.
So what is a demon? What do you think a demon actually is?
Low vibrational entity, I would say. So again, I think you can feel these things like based on the feeling it gives you. Like if something like brings like a higher, like I don't think that the demons can operate from like a place of heart.
I see we have 25 people watching. If you're lurking, say hi in the chat. Mix it up with these amazing killdozers. They won't bite unless you ask nicely.
And love, right? And high and up. They're going to operate from here down. So they're going to feed on our appetites, like our lesser appetites, and that's why the 7 sins, it's all like, Dante's Inferno, greed and lust and theft and murder and treachery and all that, that leads you into hell.
Okay.
Right. And then if you start to work with the heart, ask forgiveness, be aware of people that you hurt, things that you do that hurt others. Like you start to have more awareness, more reciprocity in relationships. Like that's where we want to be as humans, right? So the demons, I think they feed on and operate at that lower level. And when you, as a human, are operating at that level, and we all do it to some extent, but like the more we do, like the more that they can attach to that. And that's why I think that there's a lot of entities that do attach to humans. And the more you surrender to them, essentially.
Yeah.
I'm
reading this book about Satan right now that Jacques Vallée recommended. And it's this French book written by French.
Oh yeah, so S. Darko is Samantha Darko, his little sister. Huh. I think I might have tried to watch it, but I don't know. You can order it online.
Carmelite, I forget who wrote it. Some French people wrote it. And the case the book makes is that that sort of way of being, that satanic way of being, is the default mode for humanity. Like humanities are by default satanic unless you accept Jesus into your heart, and that's the only way you can get rid of it. That's what the book says.
I don't agree with that. I don't.
And this is where me and this ex-Freemason guy are going to completely divert from each other. He's says he doesn't believe that. Says he doesn't believe you have to accept Christ. I think this guy has been influenced by by demonic forces, and that's why he instantly says, "I don't agree with that. You don't have to accept Jesus," he says. That's not correct. He's literally the way.
I think that Jesus is a path and a way, but I think there's plenty of people.
He's the way. He's not a path or a way. He is the way.
around the world who are not satanic, who don't believe in Jesus, but are
The smugness with which he does his chuckle there, concerning.
still good people.
Right.
You know,
They can still be, you could still be a good person, but that's not, just being a good person isn't the only thing.
in the sense that, I mean, that's kind of like the old, Jesuit, thing. Like, we have to convert you heathens, otherwise, you're damned to hell, kind of thing, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah, you live as an example of Christ. You part of the way you enter the kingdom of heaven is accepting him as your Lord and Savior. That's what it is. But look at him. He's like so happy. Like, he's so much more enlightened than everybody else. That's like, dude.
But I think that Jesus is the way, in the sense of, like, he's an example. He's an example of, like, the perfected human, right? So certainly, it's a great model, to follow, to embrace, to love. But the idea that, like, you have to follow Jesus to be good, I don't think that's that.
Didn't say that. You could still be good, but the way, the truth, and the life, yes.
It's accurate. I think that people inherently know.
Fair enough, Botar Jr.
Right from wrong when it comes to hurting others. Empathy. I would say that's, to me, the Brahma.
What's up, Sam Duty over there on YouTube? So let me know how that works out for you, sir. Jesus. Yep. Why are we watching Graham Plattner lookalike? Mostly because I wanted to get to this part here. The alien stuff definitely is what brought me into this conversation, into this clip. But him talking just is blasphemy. It is blasphemy. It is directly it's antithetical to the teachings of Christ. What's up, Dominion After Dark? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Are you empathetic? Even as a kid, are you empathetic, or are you a sociopath? You're one of those kids that, like, kills animals,
right?
Hurts other people and, like, gets off on, like, gets high on hurting people,
right?
Or do you say, like, "Oh, I hurt you, I'm sorry"?
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. That's empathy.
Does Crowley or Parsons ever talk? Is there? I mean, I've never read much. I haven't read anything on what they were doing back then. But do they talk about how
Guys, if you haven't followed Dominion After Dark, give them a follow.
They were able to do this? I mean, it says, like, sex rituals and shit like that, but, like, specifically, like, what?
So the ritual, the Babylon working, they sing Enochian magic. I mean, Enochian magic, you can find books on it. Just like it's incantations that John Dee put together. The Queen Elizabeth's, head sorcerer.
Yeah.
And that's powerful stuff. As I mentioned, I picked up one of the books in my library, and I started doing. I read the incantation.
Really?
Then meditated, and 30 minutes later, I got a phone call from one of these unknown numbers.
Whoa!
And it was literally like this, like, thing coming through. Are you a sorcerer? And then it was garbled. It was really hard to understand the rest of what it said.
Did you call
somebody at the nursing home? Got a hold of the phone and dialed his number.
Kept talking, and then it disconnected.
Or he opened himself up to something he shouldn't have.
Did
you call the number back?
It was an unknown number.
An unknown number.
Yeah. I would get these, like, unknown numbers, or 666-666-6666 numbers. It was like, it was a wild time.
Bro, it was CIA. They were on you.
No, one of them was a ball worship. That was like a ritual. Yeah, it was one time. It was like, I put it on Alex Jones because I was like, this is like, I recorded it, but, like, they called. I was with my friend who was also the Mason, and it was 666, and it was like, literally, they were going, like, they were invoking ball. They were like, it was like they were trying to draw our energy into their ritual. It sounded like they were calling us and, like, talking about ball and and these kind of chanting kind of voices, and we're just like, what do you want? But it's never, they're never clear. That's the point.
Yeah,
it's like they're trying to pull you energetically into something. That's what it feels like.
Who?
The entities.
The Midwest got pounded by storms, like you should get pounded by Anton's firm and juicy meat from King of Biltong at Biltong USA. Backdoor delivery is not available. Guys, you should check out www.biltongusa.com. Use promo code DOZER for 10% off your order of that amazing, fantastic, magnificent, majestic meat from Anton. Guys, it's got creatine, iron, protein, magnesium, potassium, all kinds of good nutrients. No added sugar, gluten, or soy. Anton would not do you dirty like that. He is a South African immigrant that came to this country with a very, very simple dream of spreading his meat across the land, and you can be one of the killdozers that helps him achieve that goal. Guys, it's very, very delicious when consumed, cooked with your omelet, warmed up on a leftover piece of cheese pizza. It's good at room temperature. It's good cold. Guys, it's good all the time. Honestly, peri peri is my favorite. The Wagyu peri peri, my favorite, but it's all good. It's good meat. I had some last night, actually. I was munching on some Anton's Biltong, the Angus, with some of the tomato, sun-dried tomato sun chips. There's just in general, the crunch of the sun chips mixed with the Biltong. Oh, it was good. So good. But definitely check it out. www.biltongusa.com. Use promo code Dozer for 10% off your order of that amazing meat. There are also other options there. There are some imported goods, some snacks, some sodas, and rooibos tea, which would make my throat feel better if I had a cup. I should get one. Is this guy even legit? Probably not, Potard Jr., but it's interesting, and I like to make fun of it. But no, check out the meat, guys. Anton, he's got the meat. Thanks for saying something in the chat about it, Dominion After Dark. Forgot to shout him out on my fishing streams and fireworks stream at the beach.
The entities.
The entities are like, and again, I don't think all like aliens are demons. It's just there's different entities with different agendas. Some, as I said, you can feel it by the by where you're at. Like, does it feel like it's parasitic, like it's sucking on you, or that it's like that it's dark, or does it feel loving and of God? I mean, I think that there's so many entities in this planet that we don't see, that are invisible to the naked eye because we only experience like less than 1% of reality.
Right.
Right.
Well, I think it's very interesting, that all of these people like Jack Parsons and L. Ron, not necessarily, I won't discard him, but like Jack Parsons and Wernher von Braun and all these people that were like the foundation of the space program were like so involved in this non-material sort of spiritual crazy stuff like this, right?
Was von Braun?
I believe von Braun was, yeah. I mean, he was definitely like one of the, wasn't he also connected to Parsons somehow? And like,
I don't remember about von Braun.
I know that there was lots of Nazis that were very much into this stuff, and they were like allegedly creating some kind of like very advanced esoteric technology.
Well, that goes back to like the SS cult,
yeah,
the Death Head, right? The thing like Himmler was really into the Grail lore, and they had the castle, and they had like this the Black Sun, they had like this ritualistic markings, and they seem.
My God, Potard Jr., the Brood Witch, that gray like rotten sandwich that when you took a bite of it, it transported you to the hell dimension, kind of. I know exactly what you're talking about. I had that DVD, the couple DVDs of the first like few seasons, I think, or first couple seasons of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, back when it was good. Yes, sun-dried tomatoes on it.
Have been doing some black magic,
but like my overall point is like it seems to be like there's way more to some of the peak of technology and the space program and the history of the space program. There's way more to it than just the basic materialist view of science, right? There's definitely some crazy magic
because I don't think
on.
we understand what space is,
right?
And this kind of goes to like the question of like it'd be fascinating to go up to the space station even, or just just out of the atmosphere and just experience what space is, how it affects consciousness.
Yeah,
I don't know if this guy needs to go up there.
Because like I said, just hiking in the Himalayas, like my consciousness was like, I felt like I was walking with like Eden or something, like some like not Eden, but like some pre-diluvian world, before the floods, before humans came. It's like the mountains are just like have this ancient power to them.
Yeah.
And then, what is space? It's really mysterious. It's not, I don't think it's a vacuum. I think it's probably filled with like plasma.
I mean,
You never heard this? The plasma science, like the whole, like what's it called? Like lightning bolts of the gods and all the plasma physics.
Remind me.
Yeah, just basically plasma is like it's called like the fourth state of matter.
Right.
So it's
I'm
like
familiar with what plasma
yeah,
is,
so it's ionically charged.
Mhm.
Yeah, but the idea is that like there's literally like plasma across space, and it's like so it's not an empty vacuum. It's
Right.
filled with plasma.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole physics around it, like in how like explaining like how the universe is designed differently than what the current cosmology wants everyone to believe, that it's sort of like a big bang expansion and like leading into like a you know, to heat death, right? Like currently it's like it's just expanding to death, right? We're all gonna, everything's gonna get so far apart that it's all gonna end up in like in a death of the universe.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And plasma physics has a completely different cosmology.
Well, like that we're trying to fit the universe into like a different ontology, right? Is what's going on. Like there's just the idea. I've had some people explain this to me before, how like just the idea that the universe had to have started at one point and is going to end at one point and was created at a time and a place by a single person or entity is kind of a fallacy, right? Because there's constantly, we know for a fact that there are planets constantly living, being born and dying. The same thing with solar systems and galaxies, and universes are constantly being destroyed and emerging all over the place. So like the idea, like that idea that this is like a linear thing is kind of a fallacy.
It's biblical.
It's biblical.
It goes back to the Bible story, and that's why, you know, it makes you wonder, was the Bible written really in Babylon? You know, when the Jews were in captivity in Babylon, is that really where the Bible was created?
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff they were throwing out there. Definitely some interesting stuff. I don't know. The best part about the Big Bang, that it was God speaking the universe into existence. Literally, with his voice. That's what it was about. Guys, you want something light? Here's a dog that wants to learn how to fly. It's amazing. Good doggo. He's having such a good time. Ah, look at his face. Look at he needs a helmet. He needs a little doggy helmet. not a comedian, more of a comedian. A lot of shitty jokes. Yes. Oh, there you go. To the dog doing dog things. That was nice. Did you guys see this? I haven't actually watched all of this. I watched some of it, and I was like, you know what? I need to save this for the show. This is what we need to do. So everything they taught you about July 4th, 1776 is a lie. The Redcoats weren't soldiers. They were something else. We recovered real footage using Utopia. I guess that's an AI.
The British are coming! The British are coming!
God bless America.
Is this young Washington?
It's the British! The British are coming! The British are coming! The British are coming!
Crayon.
think I have it. It's like a chessboard. They're synchronizing their efforts. Then checkmate.
Load those f***ing badgers, you bastards!
Sir, that one's biting the ram hand and pissing in the cannon.
That's just proper British fighting spirit, soldier.
Is that a f***ing badger?
Brace for badger!
Why? Why is it badgers? Why did they pick badgers for this?
Oh, God, it's got fish breath!
That's the worst part, honestly, the fish breath. Somebody tell Gina about the pigeons. That's not.
Tell me you see what I see.
Tax me harder, Daddy.
I think they like us.
Good money bin.
Can I get a little help?
Fish and chips!
Welcome to America.
Fish and chips.
I got a sea bag for you.
That was stolen like directly from Independence Day. Will Smith punching the alien when it got out of its ship.
50 years ago, British landed on our shore. And we kept him on ice.
Why
Thanks for the raid, Dominion. Appreciate you, bud.
wasn't I told about this?
It's on a need-to-know basis.
I figure it's time for a cuppa!
Smoke them.
You felons! What are we gonna do?
We're gonna shoot from behind the motherfucking trees.
Get to the trees!
This is a random lady.
Some you wangers!
Today you will be fighting for your freedom from a society completely devoid of dental care. Today we celebrate our Independence Day!
Get in, George. Let's go kill some Reds.
This is kind of freaking epic, guys. This is, wasn't that Betsy Ford? I guess. No, superhero landing. Why are they such beefcakes? Why? That was Betsy Ross. Ah.
Lock and load, Benjamin. Locked and loaded.
We need to hit that cannon! Doesn't anyone have any bullets left? Bomber on the horizon!
That's not a bomber.
You British assholes! Up you!
This is great.
America!
again, AI. AI is getting interesting. It's very interesting. Oh, okay, so this Eric Burleson, he's from Southwest Missouri. He's a show me stater. And he initially was very, very skeptical of the whole, other beings type of talk. He didn't really talk about he was very hesitant to discuss such things. Was more focused on the military stuff, that other countries' technology we just weren't aware of. But recently he's been getting kind of deeper into it. I don't know. I don't know. Some part of me thinks that some of these individuals are getting just misled. They're getting misinformed and then they're repeating it. Or, maybe July 13th we're going to be seeing a big announcement. Or apparently this month there's been a rumor that Trump has a speech prepared to talk about alien life. That's yet to be seen. Probably not going to happen. If you got it, show me the bodies. At this point, you need to show me the bodies. Now, this stuff, though, the plasma beings, plasma orbs, or whatever, I think there's something to this. Especially if you look at some of the pro pixel analysis at Billy Krezek on X. He had a really interesting video that no one's really debunked, but they've just made fun of. It's like, or we could actually talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, so I can talk about it now. For the longest time, I couldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's in that release.
Okay, so maybe that's why he sounded so skeptical, is because he literally wasn't allowed to.
It describes, from their perspective, the intelligence people that were there, and there's two different reports. I can't say which specific
Okay, so
location.
that wasn't released.
I think they don't want to have...
I think after this, we are probably going to raid out to Third Railify, and then I am going to go ahead and take a little break, and then hop on with the birthday stream. It's Sean's birthday. So we'll go and hop on for a little bit and say happy birthday and stuff. I might get a candle.
Have another Area 51 where they have people like storming the location. But it was, at the end of the day, what they have released is that pretty much what the narrative that they told me, that they were out there. They were there because there had been previous reports. So they were just like, they were on site. They were going around looking at any kind of debris that they saw or anything that was out in the desert. And they had landed a helicopter, and they got a call that the radar had picked up several UAPs. So they jump in the helicopter, they go to the location, and what they interact with are basically glowing orbs. Those orbs that have been described, whether they're called plasmoids, whatever you want to call them, they're like 3 meters in diameter, sometimes smaller, sometimes bigger. And they have different shades of color that they glow in, but they are some type of spherical, nebulous, what's described as like a ball of plasma. One would think a ball of plasma would look like. I don't think anybody's ever touched one to know that it's like superheated material or anything, but it definitely was messing with the helicopter when it got there. They operated intelligently. And then at one point there were some F-16s that were scrambled. These things appeared to like shoot up and chase or follow the F-16s. So when you're here, imagine you're me, you're sitting in the office of the Director of National Intelligence in a skiff, and they're briefing you with firsthand, accounts from people that were there. And they said, sir, this has brought this investigation from being priority number 500 and something to top 10 priorities for this government to figure out what's going on.
It's fascinating. Wow. Yeah, it's Grush just did this press conference in DC that I know you were at, and he was asked about like the various types of life, morphologies, the body types, that sort of thing, and he gets into this idea of sentient plasmoid life.
How many species are you aware of?
I certainly don't have the compendium. It's a continuum from corporeal bipedal.
Continuum. It's a compendium of corporeal. I like the alliteration there, Grush. I like the alliteration. The plasma beings, I mean, was it No, Titan AE. Titan AE, an animated show from the early 2000s, had plasma aliens. They were like lightning beings.
Beetle type life to, what I would consider as like sentient plasmoid life, but there are several that the U.S. government is aware of.
And that does seem to be like this sort of recurring theme. That seems to me of a different variety than like a saucer and a hanger, like whatever Bob Lazar worked on.
Right.
Do you have a good? I think one of the things in this space that's like missing is like categories,
A taxonomy.
a taxonomy of because it's just there's so much and there's so many disparate things likely happening. Do you have a sense of that sort of taxonomy? Do you have like a map of this stuff?
Well, certainly you hear about the different things that you often see, whether it's the triangles or the saucers, right? Or the orbs. I don't know that they may be congruent with each other. For example, maybe you see the plasma sphere before the orb or the saucer comes through it. Maybe it's a way of it, breaking the normal laws of physics or what
What's
we
up,
would
Cool Frog? Good to see you,
describe as
bud.
normal, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's really interesting. It's like what
Guys, follow Cool
Skywatcher,
Frog.
which was kind of feels like almost like a public-facing version of what the Legacy program was doing.
Yeah,
which was like calling these things in.
Yeah,
and then causing them to kind of materialize. It almost feels like you're drawing this sentient plasma life form into reality. And this is, again, we're in very speculative territory here, but like, yeah, you hear things like that time and time again.
it is wild, and the fact that what's described as those plasma light.
So like when I say you got to show me the body at some point, and by the way, fellow show me stater here, but I wonder with like the plasma ones, if they are in fact a thing, which I think they are, if they cease to be, do they just blip out? Is there even a physical body there? I don't know. I have many questions, but few answers.
Really, if you go back throughout history, people describe those. They seem to appear even in ancient texts, right?
Absolutely.
Know
And
exactly
that
what
is
you're
the
talking about,
thing that's
Kotar.
very definitive. So if you look at the early history in the 40s of the U.S.'s relationship to the topic, you have, Roswell, of course, you have the D.C. flyover. In 47, when the federal government starts to take this seriously, you have Nathan Twining, who is a general who was head of Air Material Command, responsible for all aircraft development for the Air Force. He's saying these things are, neither visionary nor fictitious. And so they start to formally look into it, and they create a project in the Air Force called Project Twinkle. And they have this guy, Lincoln LaPaz, who's a meteor expert at the University of New Mexico. And he starts to track all these fireballs, these green fireballs, which are tracking the plumes of nuclear blasts after, atomic tests. And they seem to be all over nuclear sites, all over the country. And there are FBI documents to this effect. There are thousands of documents between, 45 and 54 when you had the U-2 spy plane. So it's like there's something going on, and it's not our own recon craft.
Right.
And they seem to be intelligently controlled. So
they do. And that's the way that these intelligence officials described it. And it freaked them out. And to the point where they needed to ramp up their investigation. They've added more resources, more people. They've elevated it beyond OD&I. It's now a White House-led operation. And they're pulling in all these different agencies, whether it's Department of Energy, the CIA. This is something that they're taking very seriously. And when I said in that meeting, I said, you guys saw it firsthand. Surely you have scientists that are kind of working on this. And they said, no, we don't. And I said,
that's concerning to me. And that's something that Eric Weinstein has brought up multiple times about these craft. And it's like, there's not physicists, there's not really scientists that are looking at this stuff. So like, what's going on with this?
Okay, you've got to have somebody. You've got to have a team. I said, do you have any idea what these things are? And
which apparently they're doing now, but I don't know about freaking... I think Avi Loeb is involved, and that guy's a fucking kook.
They assured me that they have no freaking idea what these
just a
plasmoid
grifter.
type objects
Oh.
are.
There's a lot of grifting going on, to be honest, though, with the UFO stuff, and it is what it is. That's kind of how it goes. But guys, with that, I believe we are going to go ahead and wrap it up. It is a little bit past 3 hours. I did miss streaming from the streaming setup here at the home base. Still had some fun on the vacation streaming, by the way, and I will be posting some more shorts. I think I'm going to keep some of them for next month to hit that 20 shorts pretty quick. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for reposting, guys. Reposting does help. Liking the stream, very important as well. Commenting in the comment section also helps. And yeah, guys, if you can support the channel in whatever way you can support the channel, I appreciate the heck out of you. We're going to raid over to Sean and Gina. It's his 42nd birthday. They have shirts off. I do not anticipate taking my shirt off. I mean, stranger things have happened, but I'm going to go ahead and raid over to them. And I have to go get a couple things. I have a party hat somewhere, I think. Where'd it go? I've lost it. I might put on a Burger King hat. I don't know. But anyways, rest well, Slidey Pie. Just a second here. Let me copy. Let me get over here. We'll do /raid. And the raid train will commence. I will confirm here in a moment, because first we have the Dozer Den theme song, and I hope it plays for you guys, because I don't think it played earlier. At least I didn't hear it. So let's do that. I will confirm when we hit the first knife fish, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let us rock away into the night. Let me know in the chat if it's not playing. I don't want to look like a complete fool. Not unintentionally, anyways.
Land of power, land of might, exceptional rage, endless fight, patriot bulldozer, leading the way, crushing all foes, making them pay.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Dozer Den. I will be popping over to Sean and Gina's stream here in a few minutes. Appreciate you guys for being here. Y'all have a good one.